mind, I'm going to put a marker right here for our awesome archivist Dragon Raider X, letting him know we're getting into the game. I'm going to tab over to this screen, and I'm going to welcome you all back into the City of Splendors. We left on a very specific note, I believe, my friends. We left when... how do I say this? A bit of a problem. Braden Coy, our sneaky boy, to aid his friend, Percival Averill, snuck into a room of the Yawning Portal Inn, wherein a Waterdeepian hero, Mayloon Wardragon, was napping, with the intent of, temporarily, lifting his trusty battle axe, Azure Edge, and interviewing it, flatly. Because magic item. Intelligent item at that.
Interviewing him sharply.
Yes, yes.
Nice.
Upon touching the haft of Azure Edge, it was informed rather quickly and desperately that Mayloon Wardragon had been taken over by a brain-devouring parasite called an Intellect Devourer, and he was decidedly not himself anymore, and had not been for some time. Thinking quickly and knowing that there was a psychic connection between Azure Edge and the artist formerly known as Mayloon Wardragon, Braden made haste to Blackstaff Tower, Blackstaff Academy, and informed Vajra Safar that her friend was not himself. Mayloon, or rather the Intellect Devourer posing as Mayloon, flew into a rage at losing Azure Edge due to his psychic connection, and went to the guards and bade them search for the thief who had stolen his axe. Connie followed Mayloon and found this exchange, wherein Vajra appeared in a flash of lightning and casted Gaius on the Intellect Devourer, proving, once and for all, that Mayloon was not Mayloon Wardragon, and striking him down with a combination of Chain Lightning and Bigby's hand. Azure Edge was to be returned to Blackstaff Tower, but insisted on a new bearer, and so stayed with the KnightLites. While all of this was happening, the twins, Rock and Salk, at Connie's assistance, were given a vision quest to further their understanding of their culture, their heritage, and their own faith. They traveled to a place called Valorholm, where Goliaths, dwarves, giants, and many others who were heroic in nature and followed these spirits gathered for a hereafter. They met many such heroes and deepened their connection to the spirit of wolf and the spirit of bear, respectively, returning back early in the morning to the tavern proper. They were greeted by a knock on the door, where an out-of-breath Braden and Connie, not noticing the change that had come over the boys, said that they had a story to tell. While all of this was happening, Lawrence was fast asleep in his apartment. We return now to the evening, or the morning, I suppose, when the doors open and the four friends stand across the threshold from each other in a smoky room with a glowing axe. What would you like to do? I think that was one of my best intros, by the way.
Yeah. Aye, that was good.
Bravo.
Do it.
Agreed.
What's up with the glowing axe?
Oh boy.
Do you remember Wardragon?
Who?
The thing for Pierce.
Oh, Mayloon and the talking... Is that the talking axe?
As
Yes.
here you go, and pass it to.
We don't have it.
Connie has it.
Connie has
Connie's-
it.
Shit.
Okay. Context.
What's
Well,
your
you know
passive
about the plan,
perception,
right?
Braden and Connie?
Huh?
What's your
Okay.
passive perception?
Mine is 12.
It's 14.
Okay. Yeah, so you both rolled high enough, but Connie, you're a bit more perceptive. You go to start to explain, and you notice as the smoke clears from the room being open, the twins look different.
Blink, blink. I
Hold on a minute, you two look
didn't
different.
realize you two were proficient with tattooers.
Sorry, I just noticed on the overlay, Brightwind and Gracie, your switch, because Gracie, your name's wrong.
Shoot. Sorry.
My bad, I just noticed it. Good to catch that early.
Something, tattooer's kit. I'll be right back.
You two get a haircut.
Tattooer's kit. Oh! Like, Sakam moves his shawl a little bit, showing the bear paws. A bit more of a, let's say, adventure than we expected. It was good.
Welcome back, Chris.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I think so.
I certainly did.
Good. Right. So, about that plan. You remember it, right? Borrow the axe, ask it a few questions.
Yeah. Do you need me to talk to it because I'm proficient with axes?
I've already talked to it.
Yeah, we've already had a chat. Melune was the little angry brain thing.
Do you remember down in the
Remember, like we saw in the sewers?
Oh, the brain munchie.
Yeah, apparently they can take.
One of those in his skull knocks on her own skull.
Oh.
You're holding a battle axe. I assume you use your other hand.
Yeah.
Okay,
clearly.
just checking.
Passes out. Blood all over the floor.
So yeah,
God.
the bad news is both Melune, or not both, but Melune is dead.
Killed by
Lord
Nana
Lady
Vajra
Blackstaff person is really upset because apparently they were friends. The good news is this is yours on loan.
If I might interject, Miss Gambleson, there are several people who were friends with Master War Dragon. He's a hero in Waterdeep and much loved. Says the axe. No, only Connie can hear that.
Okay.
Only the wielder can communicate.
Correct.
Oh, I figured that much. It's just he was the only one she was the only
So Connie starts talking to herself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
person I
But it
knew.
looks at her like, yeah, you should talk to the axe.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, she's like talking to the
I
axe.
didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I know, but she's the only one I knew for sure, knew him personally, well, other than Durnan. Speaking of which, you should probably wait up here for a minute while I explain what happened to Durnan, and she hands Sock the axe.
I could, and then yeah, you pass it over as as you're just talking. Stops talking as Sock touches it. Sock, how many magic items do you currently have?
2.
That would be your third.
That'll be your third. Okay, you're at max.
For the moment.
Okay, so
I mean, that's if my machete counts.
your machete counts.
Okay.
So you take Azure Edge, and you take it, and yeah, it's a little bit weird. You who have dealt with axes your whole life, this axe sucks. It's not weighted correctly. It feels weird. It's not like sized for your hand. It's shitty all around. It doesn't even look sharp. And you take it, your hand closes around it, and you hear, I say! You must be the strapping lad that they convinced Mistress of Far needed a dashing mentor.
I think with that,
Azure Edge, Sock'em.
Sorry. I think with Azure talking, there's like a moment where like Sock'em jumps, does this little,
Yeah, I did not
I expected it and it still scared me. Hi!
Hail and well met, notable son of Clan Grawl, it seems.
Yes, sir.
Your axe is welcome, or I suppose, less so now that I'm taking its place?
Oh, I suppose. And like, I think he'd like... Because so Sock'em would have totally been holding it with both hands. And takes one hand off, grabs, what was it?
Galestorm.
Galestorm, and like holds it out to Rockham.
Okay. Rock, how many magic items do you have?
Just the horn, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, you can take the axe.
Sure. Yeah.
Gotta keep it in the family.
I have a
Can
melee
you
weapon, though.
pass him over the details for that, Genzi?
Yeah.
Cool.
Just like
You don't have to do it right
screenshot it or
now.
something.
Just like make sure he gets something. The Azure Edge says. Oh, go ahead.
So yeah, that happened. And
Wait, that
I
thing's
hope your
really
night went better than ours.
I would say so.
From what I'm seeing so far, yeah.
So, wait, what were you two doing up here? What
So-
was all the levels?
What's great about this, and I'm very sorry, I want you guys to have that conversation, but Azure Edge is talking over all of you. So, while you guys are saying all of that, to Salcom, your auditory overwhelmingness, your auditory sensate is being overwhelmed, there's the word I was looking for, by Azure Edge, who's going, "You seem quite the worthy fellow to upkeep Waterdeep's honor and protect its downtrodden, and a harper no less. Wonderful, wonderful indeed. I am most well equipped to help you settle into your new role as stalwart protector of the people, and certainly I can answer any questions you may have."
That will be great.
Sorry, what?
Oh, what? Sorry, I was talking to Azraj.
Oh, right. Connie like puts a hand on Azure Edge.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
It's one person at a time. Great.
Correct.
So this weapon can just talk, is what I'm hearing.
I
Yes,
could
but-
sing as well if he likes.
Yes,
And
but apparently only to one
that's
person at a
good, though.
time.
and Azure Edge starts warming up in your head, Salcom.
Oh, this is an interesting scenario. He's going to sing.
I suppose we can sing as well.
God, and now I have to make a perform check for Azure Edge, son of a bitch.
Shouldn't be
I
too hard.
suppose we've seen weirder, but still surprising.
1 second. Wow. Yeah, he starts singing perfectly on key, like the Waterdeep national anthem.
Wow.
Oh wow.
I rolled really well.
Nice.
But you can't hear anything while Azure Edge is singing. So the rest, the other three of you can have that conversation.
So, Rock, what happened? Why do you have new tattoos?
You want the long or the short of it?
Yeah, this is different.
You know what? Give me the short version because I need to go talk to Durnan.
Give us the short now. Explain the long during breakfast.
Connie got us high. We went to a
What? What's it
believed
called?
to be an afterlife of sorts. We met some people who I don't know if they're related to us in blood, but possibly in culture, if that makes sense. And
Slowly nodding along.
Rock or Sockham and I separated for a little while. I went on a great hunt, met some wolves, killed some I don't remember, were they elk or no, they were reindeer, weren't they?
They were caribou.
Caribou, thank you. Killed some caribou. Couldn't lift it, had to get some help with that. Oh yeah, short version. Yeah. And then we came back and he just kind of gestures to himself,
And you like woke up like that?
Right.
more or less.
Connie looks
So-
very confused.
You got high, had one hell of a trip by the sounds of it, and tattooed yourself during it.
Not exactly, but let's just go with that.
He's also got a wolf statue on his belt where the leaf was. Really good scrimshaw.
If you're that good at twiddling while you're high, you should do it more often.
I mean, find more of whatever that was, then maybe I will.
Because the brain's not convinced.
I'll at some point when we're having a meal or something, I'll give them the full rundown story. But
You guys can see Salk. He's got new tattoos as well, but he's also got these like paw prints on his pecs that look like they're burned.
What happened? Like gesturing to the burn mark.
Azure Edge stopped singing.
So, well, apparently
Sorry.
it burnt himself.
Oh, no. Well, what
Connie's in
happened?
like nurse mode. Like, do I need to treat that? Is that gonna get infected?
No, it looks
Long-
sterile. It looks like it's been cleaned.
Long
Huh.
story short, well, I'm a scald of Mother Bear now. I have her blessing, he says, like, gesturing to the marks.
Okay.
Wait. What happened to the whole spider thing?
That's
What do you mean? This whole deal was so I could find out that I had something backing me in case the spider thing became a problem.
Okay, let me get it. Okay.
Make a wisdom save, Sokkum. Actually, I'm just gonna try to figure out what the fuck you're on about.
Suddenly Azure is like, nope, I don't want it to be here anymore. Please get rid of me.
Okay, so you feel this. It's not unpleasant, but as you're talking, you feel your train of thought go away from you when you start seeing things in your mind's eye that you're not controlling.
Like,
The
I
rest
just
of you
imagine
see
it's
Azure Edge light up.
Yeah, I imagine it's just this like slowly rising, disgruntled noise. Just.
So, let me get this straight. Instead of a spider god, you've now got a bear god?
No, well, sort of. Mother Bear isn't a god. She's a protector, a guiding soul, like Wolf.
So there's just sheer confusion on Brayden's face. It's like, I don't what's going on here.
I think with like one hand, Sokkum's gonna grab the bridge of his nose.
They got
like,
high and found religion. That's what happened, Brayden.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I imagine like Sokkum's looking at Brayden, grabs the bridge of his nose, and like goes, "By Crab's armor, boy, do you not listen?"
Have I talked to what's her name enough to have at least a vague sense of what they're talking
Are
about?
you talking about Ayla? Are you talking about their mother?
Ella, yeah.
Yes.
Huh. Well, I guess you found what you were looking for, I think.
Wait, you understand what's going on here?
Yeah, Ayla's bothering me for that every so often.
Well, I guess that makes three of us that know what's going on. I'm fucking nah.
Rockham will explain it later.
Yeah, I'll explain it over
Your
dinner.
thoughts are still reeling, Sokkum, by the way.
Yeah, like he's saying all this without looking fully focused. Like,
Yeah.
like looks at Azure Edge. What are you doing? That's uncomfortable.
Terribly sorry, old bean. I've simply never encountered one of your like before, and you're certainly not from Waterdeep. I thought it best to familiarize myself with the pilot seat, so to say.
Can you do that more quietly? If that's not rude of me to ask.
I can do it while you're sleeping, if you don't mind a bladed instrument in close proximity.
He like looks at Galestorm.
Should be fine.
I have very little issue with that.
Cheerio! And he, just stops.
Oh, I guess I better go pay Durnan for a window.
Window?
And probably tell him what happened.
Yeah.
What happened
Can
to the
you
window?
come with me, Connie? Because I feel like
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Yeah, I'll
smacked.
be-
Try and tell
I'll be right
myself.
behind you.
So, can just because it would be so fucking funny, can Connie and Brayden make a Constitution saving throw? Because you've been standing in this smoky room for a bit.
Okay.
Oh no.
Connie's gonna make sure it's all snuffed out
great.
before she leaves, by the way.
I was going to give you advantage on the roll, but I mean, you still failed.
Sorry. Click.
Oh yeah, no, you didn't roll a saving throw, Brayden, so you actually might be fine.
Was that not? You said Constitution.
Save, yeah, make the saving throw. It's a separate button.
Clicked. Okay, sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
I
you clicked the
actual-
stat. Yeah.
I clicked the stat, not the save.
Okay, you passed. Hooray!
Aww.
It would have been
Oh,
fucking
sorry.
hilarious. So yeah, so Connie and Brayden are gonna go downstairs. I believe, Sock, you have an appointment this morning.
Yes.
It's like 4:30 in the morning, but they're probably opening the tavern. Well, not opening the tavern, but like getting it ready, making breakfast and shit.
Right.
I'd rather Durnan shout at me before everyone comes in.
Yeah, right.
Lawrence is like on his way to work.
No, you've got about another 45 minutes before you wake up.
Just swore the start time was like 5 a.m.
It's not dawn yet.
Eh.
So yeah, so like 3 of you, all 4 of you, head down to the common room. What's happening?
Oh,
Yeah, I think.
yeah,
Okay.
sure, I'll go with.
So
So far.
so I think as you're walking, to you, Salcom, because you're the only one he can talk to, Azure Edge
Right.
says, if it helps at all, Old Bean, perhaps I should be the one who speaks to Durnan.
About Melun?
What about Melon?
Azure Edge.
Okay, what's he saying?
That he should be the one to speak with Durnan.
Braden gets that look in his face. It's like, what the fuck did I not think of that? That's a good
Because
idea.
Azure Edge has substantially higher intelligence than Braden Coy, that's why.
Yeah.
Player knowledge. Player knowledge. 12 intelligence.
Yeah, Azure Edge has 15.
This says Azure Edge has 12.
Oh, is it? 15 charisma
Yeah.
then?
15 wisdom and 15 charisma.
15 wisdom. Okay, then never mind. He's not substantially smarter.
He's smarter in the common sense.
Yes. I thought he had 15 int and 15 charisma. It's 15 wisdom and 15 charisma. Okay, sorry, my bad. So yeah, so you guys go down to the common room. Most of the wait staff is here. Can one of you has like a passive perception of like 16, right?
Ew,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say.
Where are you in the marching order, Rocco?
probably in the back.
You're in the back. Okay. Then I need everybody to roll perception.
Okay.
So I was probably the last one to leave the room.
So what is your marching order, just for the sake of it? Excuse me. Connie,
Probably height-wise, it's like Connie, Braden, and then the twins.
So Connie, Braden,
Connie.
Salcom, Rockham. Okay.
Perception.
I'm just waiting on Connie's roll, and then we'll see what happens. Okay. So Connie, I don't think you notice it, but I think Brayton and Salk, you both do. You start to come down the stairs. You look and you see like the wait staff like flipping chairs off tables, putting them on the ground, whatever. You see Durnan cleaning at the bar. There's 2 Bonnies, and then you blink and there's only 1.
Oh. Oh.
I'm guessing you've seen that as well, Stockton.
Yeah. He's gonna like look at Azure Edge. Was that? I'm not. Did you?
Did I do what, Old Bean?
Did you see that too? I
I'm
assume
on your
you can
back,
see.
friend. I see nothing except your rather considerable bulk. Though I believe it's muscle, mostly.
Oh, that's fair. I think at the note that yes, indeed, that thought was confirmed. That the axe can see. Pull it off of his back and like lean it against his shoulder.
Okay, yeah, totally. So the way that I imagine Azure Edge looking, it's time for a shitty drawing. The way I imagine Azure Edge looking is something reminiscent of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
Where's the drawing?
It's
Oh,
one of the
the
words
Dragon
Waterdeep
Heist.
Dragon Heist. I think there's like a blue gem here in the middle. Boop, like that. And I think that is where Azure Edge's point of visual perception is from. So where are you pointing that?
That's pointed like straight forward.
Okay. So you have the you have the axe on your shoulder with effectively with the blade against your neck. But behind you.
like
But behind
the
you.
blade, the bottom of the blade resting on the back of his neck.
Okay, got it. Just checking.
Don't
Look,
fall down the stairs.
This is really fucking relevant because Azure Edge can make perception checks and stuff, so I needed to know.
Right.
I mean, having a blade eye at your back would be helpful as well.
Aye, true. So yeah, so you start coming down the stairs. How loudly do you say, "Did you see that too"?
I think.
Brayden wouldn't have said it quietly, but in that case, it just like told him normally.
Okay,
It's like,
so
"See that?"
Durnan is behind the bar as he always is,
Aye.
and I'm assuming you're both looking at him at this point. You see him look over at Bonnie and then look back at you as you're coming down the stairs, and he says, "See what?"
Connie looks confused.
It's not important.
You're damn right it's not. You're up early.
For
Hell,
good
the
reason.
dock workers aren't up this early.
I'm not sure they slept, Durnan.
Did you?
Kinda.
Sort of.
Looks like you spent several hours doing your makeup.
Actually, that only took
They
a couple
literally
seconds.
woke up like this.
What?
Yeah.
Only took a couple seconds, really.
Breakfast isn't ready yet.
That's fine. Not here for breakfast, personally.
He's
Yeah,
oh god, I have to make a perception check for fucking Durnan. 1 second.
Because if he spots the axe, it's like, what the fuck you doing with that?
Oh no, it's absolutely. What the fuck you doing with that? Give me a second. You're not making any
He's not
attempt to
exactly
hide it,
hiding
are
it.
you?
No.
Yeah. So he
On the
gets
shoulders,
so
yeah.
he gets halfway through. Breakfast isn't ready, and he stops, looks right at Salcom, and you see him immediately go for the crossbow under the bar. Like, you know it's there. You saw him pull it out. You see him go for it.
Hold it, hold it.
What,
Do I-
what
do
did
I
I
feel
do?
There's
You
a
need
good
to
reason
explain
behind
something.
just.
I was told this was on loan to me. What did I do? I mean, sorry, that he was on loan to me. Hey.
Connie takes a deep breath in and says,
Let the axe explain.
Meloon was... She stops. Intellect Devourer. Intellect Devourer. Yeah, Intellect Devourer. He was one of the brain leg.
Make a persuasion check
crawly
with
thing.
disadvantage.
Time to die.
Perception.
By the way,
Just ask the axe, he'll explain.
if you don't have inspiration, you have it at the beginning of the session.
Hey.
Who? All of us?
Yeah?
Nice.
I said persuasion, Connie.
Oh, sorry, misheard.
Oof. So yeah, so he comes up with this modified heavy crossbow with 2 fucking vertical barrels on it. He fucking brings it up, sets it on the counter in front of him, with his hand on it, with it aimed at Salcom, and he says, "I'm gonna give you one chance to hand me that weapon."
Certainly. They said
Just
they
give-
wanted.
give it to him.
They said Azurev said they wanted to explain what happened to you themselves anyway.
So you hold out Azure Edge, Durnan takes it with his other hand. Azure Edge immediately lights up, and Durnan goes ghostly pale. And he starts sweating.
Mm-hmm.
This, like, he's just frozen with it. Like, he hasn't retracted his arm. His arm is, like, still in front of Salcom, fully extended, holding Azure Edge, facing him. He's just frozen like that.
Durnan?
You're right.
No response.
Is he like still there, as it were?
Did
His
Azurev
eyes are locked on the axe. The axe is strobing faintly.
Did Azurev do this to either of you?
No, he's probably just a lot of information. Just let it.
Yeah. It's probably informing.
One of the serving maids like bumps into you, Brayden, and like pushes some berry juice into your hands.
I'll take it.
Yeah. After a minute, you see Durnan blink, shake his head, like raise Azure Edge up above his head to like slam it down, realizes he's holding Azure Edge, sets it on the bar, turns around, and just both hands slams the entire bar shelf onto the floor.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Like shattering bottles and liquid everywhere. You hear Bonnie shout like Durnan, and he just screams.
I'm guessing you two were close.
He was a drunk and a tosspot. Of course we were close.
I'm sorry, Diamond.
I'm really sorry it
Yeah,
happened.
we're really sorry. We wish we had better news, but
It's been too long. We can't even fucking resurrect him.
Yeah.
Xanathar's gone too far.
Brayden looks at him like, I've heard that name before and I know it's bad, but who's Xanathar? We don't know that yet.
The Lord of Undermountain. He points at the yawning portal. Big honcho down there.
So, really bad, stay away from.
Depends. Ever fought a beholder?
I
Tiny
don't
one.
think we have.
Gazer, I think it was called.
From behind
Aye.
you, one of the serving maids goes, "No, you haven't."
I just pointed a thumb in that direction.
Wait,
Yeah.
was there not a big...
I was gonna say, point of
Zombie
order. Wasn't there a
looking thing that
zombie
came out.
one that like the day
The
they
zombie
arrived?
one. That's a zombie one. That's not Xanathar.
We more
Yeah.
survived it than fought it, I think.
I mean,
Yeah.
fair.
we've seen
Yeah.
one either way.
We had a large chance of becoming salt in that fight.
Aye, in other words, no, we haven't thought of Beholder.
We fought Gazer. That's different, but I mean,
By the sounds of it, that's nothing.
yeah.
Durnan like puts a hand to his forehead and like pushes his hair back. A gazer is a puppy. A beholder is a direwolf.
Yee.
Xanathar
Yikes.
is a fucking god.
Wow.
Oh dear.
And I'm
We
gonna
didn't wanna run
fucking
away
kill
from
him.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure that's not a good idea.
This is Durnand, the man.
I know. That's why I'm saying it's not a good idea.
Like Bonnie has come over and is like whispering to him, and he nods after a minute. He says, "I'm too old for this shit. I'm too old to see my friends get taken by fucking intellect devourers."
Wait, didn't you say that that War Dragon was taking teams down to the portal? No.
Connie gets this oh shit look.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
So if any of them come back up, they need to be checked, I guess.
How do you propose we do that, Tiny?
Sokka like gestures to Azure Edge. Maybe?
Are you
That, or if
holding? Are
anyone
you
goes to
holding
pick
Azure
Fox.
Edge currently?
Sokka hasn't grabbed it. Hasn't
Okay,
grabbed
so
Azure
no,
Edge
so
just
you
yet.
gestured Azure Edge, and Durnan just looks at you contemptuously.
Azure Edge knew with.
Yeah, 'cause he fucking saw it, dumbass.
Yeah. Can I take them back now?
No, that should be taken to Blackstaff Tower.
Already did.
We were just there.
Not
What?
long back. Vajra knows she's the one that killed him.
But for fuck, what?
Mm-hmm.
Takes a deep breath. Bonnie's got like one hand on her chest, on his chest. Like, Durnan, breathe. Inhales, exhales, closes his eyes. You're a Harper. Fucking tell Mert.
I will.
Now!
No time
I
like the
have-
present.
I have a conversation to be had. He looks at Bonnie, and I plan to go after that. I
Durnan
can
looks
handle
at
both
Bonnie.
matters.
Bonnie looks back at Durnan. Durnan looks at you. I'm gonna write. No, I don't have the authority. Fuck! Any of you, Force Gray.
That would be the twink, but he's not here.
Yeah.
Who's the fastest?
Probably me.
If not him, I can send a bird.
You have a bird?
You can cast Animal Messenger.
Is it good?
It's a bird.
You shut up. He's looking at Connie. Is it good?
That should be.
Can always attach a note to it if anything else.
Yeah, that's my plan. I need to talk to Vajra. And you, he pointed at Sockham, you just bought yourself a ticket to the chambers of Laurel Silverhand.
I'm sorry?
Did I stutter?
No, I'm just concerned by what you mean.
Mayloon was a hero.
Yes, I heard about that.
The Lord of Waterdeep needs to fucking know.
Ah, so this is you saying I need to talk to both of them and let them know.
I'm saying I'm going to write Vajra and make sure she can get you in, 'cause I can't. I'm betting, who knows about this? Vajra, me, the four of you.
Yeah.
Who
And-
else?
Like
Ajareth.
a city guard, but I don't know who specifically.
Vajra's probably kind of fucked up right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody needs to tell the Lord of Waterdeep. I got a bar to run.
Since I have the axe, I might as well.
That's my thought, yeah. If Vajra can get you in.
I was told not to, but I can show up and have a conversation with Mert and her at the same time.
Do you want to get shot? Do you want to be shot?
You have a fair point.
You can show up and be like, Merlin Wardragon is dead, I have his axe, and they will kill you and take the axe. You need a seal. You need a writ of passage. I'm trying to get you that. You, bird, get it.
What message do you want?
I will write the message, get the fucking bird.
No, I mean the bird speaks the message.
No, it doesn't, because I'm writing the fucking message.
Fair enough.
The
You
message
all-
it says is a message from Durnan.
You all hear Bonnie quietly, because she's just across the bar from you guys. You all hear Bonnie quietly say, Durnan, your heart.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
And he just, like, exhales. He's, like, turning red in his neck and the lower part of his face. Like, exhales. Right, right.
Gonna quietly say to Bonnie, is that something I can help with?
I'm not as young as I look. I'm old. I have an old heart. There was a physiker who said... He laughs. No alcohol, no fried meat, and don't get angry. I'm doing real good.
While we're running around, is there anyone else that we should tell about Wardragon?
No, but look, you guys have done a lot for Waterdeep. I heard about the kid in Undercliff. That's awesome. You've done a lot, and I know that you're going to continue to do good. No. The Lord of Waterdeep should address the people.
Okay.
It makes sense. She's held in high regard from what I've been hearing.
Yeah, she's like... What do they have where you live? Alderman?
My dad.
What?
I was about to say his dad.
Yeah, my brother and mine's father is technically the chief of our town.
Laurel's overhand is that. For
Wow.
all of this. And like gestures around.
Just to
Why do
clarify,
you
am I sending
have the
bird
axe?
to the Blackstaff, or am I sending it to Lord Silverhand?
Blackstaff,
Okay.
Look. I've done my time. But now, I just run a bar. I can't send a writ of passage with you guys to go see Laurel fucking Silverhand. I don't have that kind of pull. Vajra does.
In that case, I will be right back, and I'm gonna step outside and see if I can coax down a bird to send the message.
We will pick up that in just a second. In the meantime, Durnan says, "Why do you have that?"
I convinced Vajra to give it to Sock. As
You took advantage of a damaged woman.
And he slightly looks down. It's like, I didn't think of it like that.
You are an asshole.
Yep.
Of the highest caliber.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Brayden. You said this was her. You said that she. I think he gives Brayden this look like, what the hell? Like, yes, shiny new friend, thank you, but really?
It said he wanted someone good to take care of and be a mentor. I thought of you. She was going to give it to someone else anyway. I fucking nah.
Dang it, I left. I can't comment.
Now you can. That needs to be in the hands of Force Grey. It is a Force Grey artifact.
While I don't disagree, looking at Brayden, at the same time they say they have a level of sentience. Don't they deserve some level of choice in the matter?
No! It's not a person, it's a weapon.
A weapon is a companion that you can wield. This time it's more literal. You seem to trust that crossbow quite a bit. Wouldn't you?
I don't let the crossbow vote for the Lord of Waterdeep. Do you let the dog that follows the other one decide where you eat?
It's a bit touchy.
What?
Remember what happened during the mounds?
We lost the dog, mind.
Sorry. My head isn't exactly clear at the minute.
Understandable.
Rightfully so.
Point is, it's an object. No matter how much you want to talk to it, it's an object. And it belongs with its masters.
A fair point. If she deems fit to recall it, so be it. Add that to your level if you feel the need.
Not my place. If it were mine, I'd give the damn thing to you.
Oh.
That's a lot
Vajra-
coming from Durnan.
Vajra understands magical items better than I do. But, he holds up a finger, I'm not convinced that she used her best judgment. That's nothing against you boys. Just the circumstances.
If she decides to call it back down and believe you me, I will return it without a second.
And I'll apologize profusely.
You got a hood for it? You got something you could... If you walk outside with that, you're gonna get stoned.
That's true.
I maybe keep it on the down low until
Laurel can address the city. Yeah. I could hang it to try and hide it behind my cloak a bit, but I don't know how well that would work.
Have you attuned to it yet?
No, I don't think so.
Start with that. Might change the way it looks. It does that sometimes.
Oh. Right. Okay.
As I'm sure your Tusky friend can tell you, sometimes the best disguise is not being looked at twice.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rockham, Gilstone.
But it had to dip for a minute.
Yeah, Brett had to do.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oopsies.
Yep, no worries.
No, it's fine.
So outside, Connie, yeah, it's like just starting to be dawn. There's probably some like turtle doves in the eaves of the building.
Cool. So I'm gonna see if I can find one that's particularly friendly. I'm gonna like get out my rations and start feeding.
All right, Mary Poppins, make an animal handling check with advantage.
All right.
Yeah, you can coax down a little turtle dove if you want to like kill it and dump its blood in a pot for your witch's brew. That's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna carefully pick it up.
Okay.
Sorry, little buddy, but you're coming with me for a minute, and I'm gonna bring him back inside.
Okay, so yeah, so about this point, Connie comes back in carrying a pigeon. Durnan looks up. That is how I know that not all tieflings are evil.
Thanks, I think.
Loud, but yeah, thank you.
There's nobody here except you, me, and my staff.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair, but the ears have walls, as it were.
Durnan lays one hand on his crossbow. If there's
That's
anybody here who has a problem with Miss Gambleson being a tiefling, he raises the crossbow, you're welcome to speak up. Obviously, silence.
Yeah.
All right, you've made your point.
Puts the crossbow back under the bar.
Right, so, message tying to... You have it written out yet?
I think Bonnie appears at your shoulder and passes you a note card. Durnan has not written shit. Perception checks,
All of us?
if you want. Anybody who wants to.
May as well.
Okay. Brayden, you're the only one who doesn't notice that Durnan's hands are shaking.
Connie looks concerned.
I think Bonnie gives you that look of like, just leave it. When she like passes you, like she like holds the note in both hands, passes it to both of your hands, and is like,
Small nod. Start tying the message onto the leg of the bird.
Yep. What are you gonna do with it?
And then I'm going to cast Animal Messenger.
Cool. You can cast Animal Messenger. Do you want to add an additional message?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, important message from Durnan at the dining part.
Okay. And it's little pigeon flies out the door, off and away. I assume you send it to Blackstaff Tower.
Naturally.
Cool. So it goes, and you see Durnan visibly age when the pigeon flies out of the room.
No.
He sighs. Right. Why do you need to speak to my barmaid?
We had this conversation yesterday, Durnan.
He gives you a look like I'm standing in liquor and broken glass. Refresh my memory.
Of course, I'm terribly sorry. The job from Mert.
Which was what?
Speak with the staff. Those of, I don't remember the word. Doppelganger, nature, and...
Everybody's looking at you now. All of them have stopped.
Make sure they're trustworthy. Which, I understand what you said. You said that they're all worthy, but...
For Harper
still
work.
have to... Right.
Right. That is, with the exception of Lord Neverember's fucking vault, the best kept secret in Waterdeep. I don't know how the fuck the old goat found out, and I don't know why he told you.
Well, as said before, another member of the Harpers told Mert that there was something along those lines, and Mert believes that...
Bonnie, are you sleeping with a Harper? She, like, scowls at him, and Durnan starts laughing.
Like, the fuck, man?
And you believe that person is a friend and that the doppelgangers are seeking some form of security.
That part is true, yes. He gestures around. There's like, mind you, there's not like 50 people in here. There's like 4.
Right. I think.
Not counting you guys, I mean.
Yeah.
So he like gestures at the serving maids, and you look, and all of them are Bonnie.
That.
Boing,
That. I would just have a night. Sorry.
Well, my eyes were apparently not lying to me. Phew. That's uncanny.
Fair warning, I'm not always me.
Looks at Durn and squints his eyes like...
That explains something.
Right? Thank you.
Well.
I'm me right now. I think.
I'm sorry. I had a
I was
screaming
gonna
match.
say, Brayton's still got that suspicious look on him, like, uh-huh.
You
I
turn
had a
around
screaming
and they're
match
like,
with a
you turn around
spectral.
and they're all Durnan, including Bonnie.
Nice.
This is.
Brayton just throws his hands up.
Best kept
Kind
secret
of
in Waterdeep.
confused, but now she's like scanning them, looking for any sort of little details.
Yeah, they're all identical.
And then she just like gives a little golf clap.
They turn back into the forms you usually see, like just the serving staff. And Durden continues. He says, don't. You know how he looks at Salcom. You know how you never ask a woman her weight?
Yeah.
Don't ever say, what do you actually look like? Don't do that.
I had assumed that was rude. So, thank you for confirming that. I'll remember
So I
it.
suppose the better question would be to how do you prefer to look?
He gestures like, da-da.
Yeah, nod.
I think Sockham's gonna reach for Azure Edge again.
For the record, I'm human.
Until you're not. It says
The
that Brayton says
actual
that
me
jokingly.
is human when I'm at home because of my chest, or I need to sleep. You never noticed how we never close?
Dot.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say that explains.
There is
so
a night shift that is not me.
Well, at least I'm glad you're getting some sleep then.
You hear Bonnie chuckle behind you. They're still like setting up. Durnan says, technically, they are aberrations. Is that a word that you know?
Oh,
But it just kind of shrugs.
Xanathar is an aberration.
I've always understood aberration to mean something that is very fucky.
And he points at you and nods. And one of the other serving maids goes, actually, Durnan, I believe the word you're looking for is monstrosity. Durnan rolls his eyes. Does it matter? Not really. Point is, they're not welcome in Waterdeep.
well, as far as I'm concerned, there's not a person in this room who's a monstrosity.
Connie nods emphatically. Except what's down there. Looks down the well.
Whether or
Yeah.
not they're suited to be in the Harpers is a different matter entirely. The Harpers are a big deal. Whether or not we joke, whether or not you don't think so, the Harpers are a big deal. It's like...
Most ignorance is feigned. Never stop the show until it's truly over. And for the Harpers, the show never ends.
More or less, yeah. But also, why does Mert want them in the Harpers? What I mean is, what does he gonna have them do? They're not... He gestures at Azure Eds. That! They are people!
Yes. Knowing Mert, which is very little, he's probably going to ask them to use their skills to collect vital information to help the people of Waterdeep.
Or line his fucking purse strings.
Or that.
One of the other serving maids like transforms into this like you've all seen him. He's a male halfling. He's been on the stage a few times playing, but different from the serving maid that you saw a minute ago. And in the halfling form, the doppelganger says, "It really isn't that simple. See." We can be used to pose as courtesans or concubines. We can become anybody if we need to catch someone in a compromising position. Let's just say doppelgangers don't have a lot of freedom. And because some of our kin are... Bonnie says, "Well, I think the druid understands."
Connie nods.
Put a collar around our neck, and if we want to stay alive, we have to do what you say, including deprivation?
I was going to say things not too kosher.
Comparatively, bar work isn't that bad. And Bonnie says, until the gauntlet gets handsy.
Yeah. This...
Look, you don't know Mert's intentions. I don't think that's a good thing.
No.
I also don't think you're in a position to question a Lord of Waterdeep.
No, certainly not, but, well... I'd say I have a plan, but then all my friends here would yell at me.
Go on.
We don't yell at you until we learn what the plan is.
Well, let's...
If you see sense, we'll just snark at you instead of yell at you.
Let's say he, like, grabs Azure Edge. I've got a third set of eyes.
What?
Where's your second set of eyes?
What does the axe have to do with anything?
Azure Edge was digging through my memories.
Dernan makes a face. You see him make eye contact with Bonnie, and then he says, "As much as I would dearly love to see you try to charm Mert the fucking Merciless, he will kill you."
Well, I wouldn't do it bold-faced lyingly.
I have an actual plan.
Go on.
To forget my plan.
You
But
said...
no, seriously, where's your second set of eyes?
You said you were going to determine whether or not they'd be good harpers, right? An unbiased opinion.
Right.
Tell them they'd be shitty harpers.
Wouldn't that deprive them of that... If Mert's intentions were good, wouldn't that deprive them of the exact thing that they're after?
I think Bonnie, like, puts her broom down, comes over. She puts, like, one hand on her hip under her apron, and she says, "Fine. Tell him I'm trustworthy and the rest of them aren't."
That opens a lot of doors to a lot of complications, though.
Yeah.
If they're not trustworthy, then how can they stay in Waterdeep?
Mert's... As far as I can remember, Mert's knowledge that you are all doppelgangers is...
I mean, there's a
iffy
difference
at best.
between trustworthy and competent. But then again, it's the Harpers, so competence might not apply here.
If Mert tries to prosecute my staff, Mert has to deal with me,
That's fair.
says Bonnie in Dernan's voice.
That's...
Looks like it's like, that's fair.
I had a screaming match with a spectral bear, and somehow that was a tad more terrifying.
The perks of being a voice actor.
But as you said, Mert's the Lord of Waterdeep.
Right.
Yeah, and there's like 7 of them. By the way, out-of-townies, don't go around saying Mert is Lord of Waterdeep. We all know he's a fucking Lord of Waterdeep, but it's not official. He's a masked lord.
Aye.
Right. That was a thing I've heard before. Is right? He like looks at Brayden, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, but
Yeah.
it's pretty much
Like,
confirmed. Just
Points a finger at you. Exactly.
I've learned to just don't say anything outside you don't want anyone to hear.
Point being, tell him Bonnie's competent and the rest of them aren't. And Bonnie says, besides, we switch all the time. He's not gonna know.
All right. I'll tell him that.
I almost feel sorry for Lawrence.
Besides,
Try.
1 dead doppelganger is better than 5.
Losing any of them would be terrible.
We have to pick our battles in Waterdeep, Sockham.
Yes. Yes, I understand.
Something we still need to learn.
We're the KnightLites. We're heroes. All battles we face are ours.
Aye, but
Connie,
look what happened to one
make a
of the
wisdom
heroes
saving
recently.
throw, please. Or you can choose to fail it.
I'm guessing I get no context until after.
Correct.
I will choose to fail it.
Okay. So, while this is going on, Connie, you are interrupted by a voice in your mind.
Terribly sorry, Miss Gambleson. I assume you're in the yawning portal right now. Please tell Dernan I received his message, and I will have a porter sent as soon as I can. I'm still taking my morning tea.
Right, of course. Let's see. She'll send a porter at the... She'll send... Vaja messaged me. She said she'll send a porter as soon as she can. She's still taking her... I think she said porter.
Yeah,
Character porter, right?
She said porter, yes.
Okay.
I understand it could be confusing. She could have said portal. That's a fair clarification. Porter. But also, whatever you said, it upsets Dernan. He looks down and sees to notice the glass under his feet and shuffles a little.
I'm like, did I say something? I'm sorry.
Bonnie puts her hand on your shoulder and she just shakes her head at you. And the halfling is tuning his lute on a stage. He says, that means she's not feeling well, and there's only one reason that she wouldn't be feeling well.
Right.
Shitty day all around, and it's only the morning.
Not even the morning yet. Bonnie starts sweeping up the massive mess that Dernan made, while another version of Bonnie starts going up the stairs toward the door to, ostensibly open the tavern.
Aye.
Apparently, you're in with a doppelganger gang, so you got that going for you.
Woo.
Nice. Oh, one last thing. She's more addressing one of the Bonnies at this point because she doesn't want to bother Dernan, but
Wow.
See, so there is one that seems to be actually Bonnie. You can address Bonnie, or you can address the doppelgangers at large.
right. So she'll address Bonnie,
Mm-hmm.
and say, "There's a window upstairs that's going to need to be replaced. Sorry about that."
Dernan comes out of his reverie.
After I learned that Melon was a brain eater, Azure Edge decided to inform me he was coming for the room where we were, and I made a quick escape. I'm sorry.
Connie's already counting gold.
Dernan holds his hand up. He says, "No, monster attacks are covered in your room.
Oh.
Now hold on, what did you do with Azuredge when you made your quick escape?
Ask the axe.
I would assume taking it to a voucher.
Master Koi saw fit to throw me into the street, I believe.
I think at that Sokkum does this like loud what and like starts like inspecting Azuredge. Is that why you're off balance? Is that why your axe doesn't seem as sharp as it should be? Brayden, what have you done?
Why are you talking to the axe?
Probably because the axe is talking.
The axe-
Right, you take its information and then... Right, kids from the country. It's not real, Sokkum. It doesn't have a soul. It's not alive. It's not... It's a bunch of magic making funny sounds. There's no one in there.
He like hugs it. I can still call it my friend.
You see why he needs a mentor.
Admittedly, I do disagree with Master Durnan, but technically he's right. Thankfully, I am not the product of necromancy, but I have thoughts and opinions, same as his goodly self, I think. Oh, near enough.
We were told that you're a special breed, as it were. And I would hope you're not a product of necromancy. That would probably get you taken away from me forever.
Are you aware of how crazy you look right now?
Yes, actually.
This is nothing new, trust me.
Stop doing that.
At this point, I'm just kind of taking it in stride.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Last night I had a screaming match with a spectral bear, had conversations with people that are long dead, and woke up with new tattoos and feeling very different. Today I'm just rolling with the crazy.
So he looks at you, Connie, and says, Blue Nightshade?
Yes, actually, among other things.
I also think, if I may, Sockham's gonna have this quick moment of looking at Durnan and going, by the way, have you ever heard of Old Dragonbane?
I will make a history check for Durnan. History is int?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. By that laugh, he either has no idea or knows exactly who it is.
I set the DC very high, and I did not give him advantage. However, if he did have advantage, he would have succeeded. That's what I was laughing at.
That dumbass who chopped a wyvern in half?
Connie, make a history check. I want to see if you've heard of him.
I don't think Rockham would have ever heard of this person.
I bet he wouldn't have either.
No way. You almost succeeded, Connie.
Try.
So you say, "Oh, Dragonbane," and he stares at you for a second and says, "Who?"
He was a man long time ago.
Wait! I have to do this check for Azuredge.
It'd be so fitting if the axe was.
Oh my God! Azuredge passed.
Oh.
Perfect.
Oh,
Wait.
because of course the axe passes.
The Goliath who allegedly rode a red dragon into the sun? What about him?
Yes, Azuredge, but not quite. He looks at Durnan again and goes, he was a Goliath like me. He wasn't very special for long, but one day during a trip, a red worm came and attacked the clan, and he got on its back and rode it, fighting it
The
for
halfling on
miles
the
and
stage starts giving you accompanying lute music.
He fought the worm through forest and sea.
Make a performance
through
check.
sky.
If you could see Connie's thought bubble, it would be a giant earthworm.
Right?
As he did say giant worm.
I swear to God, Sokkum, your performance rolls are bullshit. I can't even continue the experiment with your fucking you have never failed a performance check. Fuck you, alright? Like,
Nice.
I've done bad.
He has a bard in the making.
I've done bad, but I've never failed.
every single time I'm like, make a performance check, so you fall on your ass. He starts ice skating on the banana peel. You fuck.
This is the power of my boy.
Yeah, so Sockham's telling the story, and all of the doppelgangers stop cleaning to listen.
When Nuffle sees fit.
Well, keep going.
I think Sockham just starts going on onto other names like Tren Fireheart. Like he goes through the list.
Do you mention anyone who's actually famous?
He does mention Balin.
Balin, but do you mention anybody do you mention anybody that Snorri did not bring to you?
Yeah. There's also. I mean, he mentions pretty much everyone he talks.
Okay, which of the famous ones do you mention first?
I mean, you might as well mention Snorri first.
Yeah, probably throw out Snorri. Like, I don't know his legend, but he speaks for Mother Bear, and that alone speaks verses for who he is.
Okay, so Connie, make a history check. You might know this one. If Pierce was here, I'd have him make it with advantage. Lawrence, you would also get advantage on this if you rolled it.
Nice.
Okay.
Pity I'm not around. Pity I'm at work.
You're not at work yet. You're cuddled up in bed still. So
I mean, bed gravity's a thing.
Connie.
Mm-hmm.
He mentions Snorri speaking for Bear. Like, you don't know a lot, but Ayla mentioned a Snorri Thunderbelly, supposedly lifted a mountain to rescue a group of children.
Like, Snorri Thunderbelly?
Yes.
Stomach? Thunder?
Thunder.
Definitely wasn't Thunder Thigh.
No, Snorri Thunderbell. Oh my god.
Thundersides.
You're right. It was Snorri Thunderbelly. He spoke for Mother Bear, embracing all in Mother in her arms.
I'm sorry, I forgot her name again. Ayla?
Ayla, yeah. Snorri is basically the patron saint of family and orphans.
I think Ayla mentioned one time about Snorri, like, lifting a mountain to save some kids or something.
He did what?
Yeah, it sounds about right for a Goliath.
He was the priest of Mother Bear, so I'm not much surprised.
Speaker.
Oh,
his rank was speaker.
Right.
Nobody
speaker.
said priest. Nobody said priest.
Right. Speaker of Bear. Mother
Speaker
Bear.
for Bear. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he also goes through, like, I didn't get to meet them, but there was also Eric the Proud Leafson.
Okay, real talk. The only person who needs to roll history for this is Rockham and Braden. The rest of like all the NPCs and Connie, Eric the Proud, that he basically just said Oda Nobunaga.
Oh my god.
He basically just said the clan uniter.
Blink, blink.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he basically just casually name dropped George Washington.
Blink, blink.
Here's the thing, Connie. You know full well there is absolutely no way Sockham should know that name.
Yeah, Connie's not confused. She's more like, what did it? How? Well, I guess she is confused, but it's a very specific kind of confused.
Did I pass that roll? Because it's specific on what I say next.
Ah, sorry, I didn't see your roll. I only saw Rockham's. My bad. Yes, you did.
Okay.
You probably, because you studied with Pierce when he was in school. So there was probably a history chapter of this foreign legend of Eric the Proud, who, like, united all of the mountain clans together against this army of, like, orcs. Like, full orcs, not like you.
Braden would look at Sockham like, how the fuck do you know that name?
Snorri told me. Oh, Dernan! And like he grabs Rockham, like trying to like bring him closer. Rockham beat all the other hunters of Valorhome in the Great Hunt.
Dernan like puts his hand on the bar.
Okay, now I know you were just hallucinating.
So I think Dernan turns to Connie, and he says, "Eric, I can understand, but from your reaction, they haven't been to school."
Not really?
No, they haven't.
What school?
Valorhome is an actual thing. Well, okay. Depending on what god you follow, you have a different reward waiting for you. Valorhome is one of them. That's an actual thing. We know about it in school. But I can see your face, Miss Gambleson. He should know that.
Yes.
No, they
So
were.
it wasn't just one hell of a trip after all. Oosh.
Let's
I mean, it
say
was
they
one
were
hell of
very
a
slack
trip,
on their
but-
steps.
What Connie did sent us to Valorhome. Let me tell you, Forge Mistress Sigrid was not
The
pleased.
Starsmith?
Yes, she was one of the first people we encountered.
And
Rather
again,
impressive.
he looks at Connie for a reaction.
Does Connie recognize this name?
No.
She just shrugs.
Funny thing, did they mention stars?
Yes, there was even a hammer at a great forge that looked like it was made of stars.
Did they mention stories and memories?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this is actual
Shoot.
Goliath history shit. Right, so you might have noticed I'm a little bit shorter than you, and I'm not gonna get any bigger. I'm a human. I don't know
Right.
much, but I know Eric, and I know the Starsmith, and I know the Starsmith because that bitch keeps coming up. She's in like 100 stories.
That's.
That was the wrong.
Oh. He like looks at Rockham. Oh.
Yeah, like whenever there's like a story about so-and-so hero of the mountains going off to kill a dragon or whatever, the Starsmith is the one who makes their mighty sword or whatever.
I don't think we'll be killing dragons anytime soon.
How was
I
that
would hope
acting?
not. I would hope not. Zelafon is a good friend.
Who?
Don't ask.
The bronze dragon that lives in the harbor.
There's a bronze dragon in the harbor? Does
Yeah,
the
Connie
watch
just
know?
Openly face palms.
He's chill. Don't worry.
Sock'em,
Black Staff already knows.
Sock'em, you're doing the thing again.
I am
Vajra
doing the thing again.
knows Vajra's also deposed because you killed her friend.
She's known for a few days.
Yeah,
Alright,
for a while now.
fine.
Yes, I am doing the thing. I'm sorry. I'm excited.
I mean, yes, you just need to learn when to shush.
Maybe go play with your axe for a little bit.
Aye, go attune to it like Dernan said, whatever the hell that is.
Probably. He like looks at everyone. I'll be in my room. I'll be ready whenever the porter arrives.
Funnily enough, when there was a lull in the conversation, I was about to say the door has been open now, and a rather like out of breath looking academy student comes tumbling in, almost falls down the stairs. Clearly never been here before, like trying to get the lay of the room as he's moving, and he says, message for Dernan. And Dernan like waves. Yeah, it's me, kid. What do you want? And he says, compliments of the Black Staff. And he like sets it on the table and like looks around. Is this a tavern? We're not open. Get out. He runs off.
We're not open. Get out. That needs to be just like a bumper sticker.
As he's like on the stairs, he's like, there's a hole in the floor. Huh, Waterdeep.
Don't worry about it, keep going.
Yeah, he's out. Dernan takes the message. He looks at it, rolls it back up, passes it to Salcom. Doesn't say anything.
I assume this is my motion to head over.
You take it.
Yeah.
You read it.
Yeah.
And it says, so the first thing you see is the seal of Blackstaff Tower, and it says like the bearer of this note has important news. belying the fate of Waterdeep and its citizenry, and should be sent to the Lord of Waterdeep with all haste.
Okay.
Question: where do we take that?
Where does he take that more specifically?
That's gonna be Sockham going to Castle Waterdeep.
Do you say that?
Yeah, I think it's like Sockham rolls it back up. All right, I should head to the castle.
Yeah, so you say, where do we take that? As Sockham says the castle, Azure Edge says Castle Waterdeep, and everyone else in the room says Castle Waterdeep.
So Brayton stands there like, okay, I get you all knew that. How did you know that? Points at Sockham.
That's where Mert told me to go to find him because he's the advisor to Laurel.
Alright, that's fair.
Lord Silverhand.
Right, sorry, I never
Do not.
We'll practice on the way.
Do you have a... I'm sorry, Edgeraj. Do you have a bag that I can...
Yeah, probably.
With this? Is it gonna cost me? Because I'll pay.
Honestly, after everything that's happened today, I can spare a fucking bag. And yeah, like Bonnie, in quotes, you don't know if it's Bonnie or not, appears at your shoulder with like a burlap sack.
Thank you. Yeah, he's gonna like shuffle it over Azure Edge's.
Yeah, over the head of the axe, and yeah.
Yeah. I know that's probably a little uncomfortable. You'll have to forgive me.
Thankfully, the artificer who constructed me did not do so with nerve endings. I understand they're quite cumbersome.
They're not bad. He's gonna hook it back onto his loop.
You need a guide, I can send Bonnie with you.
No, it's alright, I've got a map.
As do I.
Cool. At least one of you smells like smoke.
I think Sockham's gonna like try to subtly take a sniff at himself.
Probably both of us.
Oh.
Oh, it's definitely both of you.
You might want to clean up before you know.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
The two
going
of you
to.
would be absolutely nose blind to it, so.
You're going to. How do I explain the Lord of Waterdeep to a fucking group of bumpkins?
I'm about to meet Waterdeep's clan uniter.
Yes. Actually,
Oh.
yes.
Which, shouldn't be major because she gave me the backstage mask that got me Tiamat. Anyway.
I forgot about that.
In Giant, I'm just gonna whisper to Sockham. Are you sure you're up for that?
Yeah, Sockham's gonna look at him, respond with, "No, but today's the day I roll with insanity."
It's not something that we can fight our way out of if something gets fucked up.
Right. I have a barter run. Can you take this conversation outside?
Of
I
course.
just give a thumbs up and head out.
You guys want
Right.
breakfast?
Oh,
Yes, actually, that'd be good.
yeah.
Yeah, Durden
Yeah,
snaps his fingers, and out of the back comes one of the serving maids with a bunch of stuffed pastries, and she just passes them to
Awesome.
you.
Thanks
Nice.
so much,
Thank you.
Darnan. And again, sorry for this whole thing.
Yeah, we're really sorry.
Hey, I appreciate it, because now I know to be careful who I send down the portal. By the way, the four of you are not going.
Not yet.
Wasn't planning
Sockham
on
takes a
it.
bite.
I've
It's
seen
full
those
of
come out of it.
let's see, it's spring, so it's probably full of blueberries.
Ooh,
Oh, these are delicious.
blueberry
I'm
Danish.
hungry.
You know that face people make when they have that moment?
Yeah.
That's literally Sockham as soon as he bites into it.
So as you guys start up the stairs, mind you, it's 4:30 in the morning. There's
Oh,
a
should we wait until we think they're gonna be awake?
that's up to you. Are you asking Durnan?
No, Connie's asking the rest of the group.
Okay, well, while you're asking that, there's a flash of light and a pop, and who's standing beside Connie, if anybody?
Probably me.
Okay, Rockham, Pierce lands in your arms.
Hello.
My hero.
A very different looking Rockham from Pierce's perspective.
Well, you chose a hell of a time to show up.
I'll set him down.
What the fuck have I missed?
You are very quiet.
Yeah,
and a tiny bit robotic.
Am I more audible now?
A
Yes,
little.
Little bit.
Sorry, I wasn't here for sound check.
No worries. That's better.
Oh boy, did you miss a lot.
So
Boy.
Pierce, you went back to class for the previous day, and then you got up really early to get back to Waterdeep before inspection.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 4:30 in the morning, and you're in the common room of the Yawning Portal with everybody's awake. You expected to be in Connie's room.
Yeah, I'll set Pierce down once he's.
Sorry, I was expecting to get a
Oh,
few more
It's gone
hours.
again.
You went quiet again.
Good, but
Yeah.
Everything you did was undone when you started talking.
impromptu sound check.
Any
Better.
better?
Better. Much better.
Okay, it's my enunciation. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Where were we? I lost track.
Yawning Portal,
You
common
chose one
room,
hell of an
like
opportune time to show up.
4:30 in the morning, and you just appeared in Rockham's arms and then got sat down. You were expecting to be in Connie's room.
He's probably very tired. He lets out a yawn and rubs his eyes. I was expecting to get a few more hours of sleep.
Yeah,
Well, that's too bad. We're on our way to the castle.
What?
Well, that's a
What?
third of
Wait,
it, so-
what?
Also, Rock
Okay.
and Sock look different.
How so?
They have different tattoos. And also make a perception check.
Okay, perception.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, roll 20, load. Let's see, perception. Where is it?
Okay. They have different tattoos. They've got wooden animal figurines on their belts. And with that roll, Rockham's jaw looks different. Like his jaw sets differently.
He's probably looking very closely at the two of them.
Long story short, Connie gave us drugs.
And apparently they went to their version of heaven.
Valahome.
And there you go.
That's a name you
Wait.
know,
And they came
Pierce.
back like that.
Wait, what?
Also, we went to a farm and fought in a giant storm and almost died.
Yeah, we could have used you during the arcane storm. The magic child.
Yeah, apparently there was a kid in the farmhouse, and there was a storm happening around him, and his folks looked like they were dead, and so was the town guard.
Make an Arcana
And
check, Pierce, with
there's
advantage.
Angry, what?
I said Pierce, make an Arcana check with advantage.
And there was angry hedges, and flying table knives, and a really angry rug that tried to kill us all.
And we
Pierce,
lost
I
Carol,
have-
but think I can
You're
bring her back.
forget me.
I have 3 words for you, Pierce of Elabro.
Uh-huh.
Unchecked wild magic sorcerer. 4 words.
Fuck.
We lost Carol, but I think I have a way to bring her back. I think.
It did... Wait, what?
Yeah, Carol's
Yeah.
no longer with us. Unfortunately.
We've lost a companion, but knowing what me and Rockham went through, I'm certain she's just her turn.
Wait, what happened to you two?
Well,
Got high,
They
went
two
to heaven.
Valorant.
we got I went to heaven. I became a skald of Mother Bear, and Rockham became the master huntsman of Valorhome.
Depending who you ask.
You caught the biggest caribou. I don't think it's contestable.
Fair.
Oh,
You weren't even supposed to be there.
Please tell me what you did with this sorcerer child.
Well, I wanted to kill it.
We
Black
sent
stuff.
him to the people at the
Black
black.
stuff. Aye.
Yeah, probably a better fate.
And speaking of black staff, we done that wee job that you had. We talked to the axe.
Oh,
Thing went
Speaking
to
of-
shit.
Speaking of the axe pierce, he like
Hey.
taps the axe that has
Yeah,
the
Salcom has something covered in a burlap sack on his back.
You can meet Azure Edge later.
oh dear God! It looks
Yeah,
like
Sockham's got
kidnapped
Azure Edge.
it.
It's... There's no delicate way to say this. War Dragon is dead.
Oh fuck! What happened?
He got mind controlled by a brain devourer.
Do you
And-
guys mind? I'd rather not
We're
relive
going-
it.
Yep.
Sorry.
I open the door and start shoving people out.
Let's move out.
I forgot we were in the doorway.
You weren't in the doorway. You were on the stairs at the bottom of the portal.
yeah.
Like,
I thought we were walking still. Well, not
Yeah,
still, but like.
Yeah, I got you, man.
As we're moving out, like
as
kinda
we're
continue.
walking out,
yeah.
step
We'll close the door
outside.
behind us.
Looks.
Yeah, I ended
Pierce,
up
did you
running
say you
over
look behind you?
You just look behind us and then.
Yeah. Durnan looks like shit. Durnan looks about 20 years older than you saw him last time. He's pale. He's like slumped on a stool holding his chest. And Bonnie is like cleaning up something behind the bar.
I know there's magic that can make someone order. Can I do a check to see what if it's just exhaustion?
Yeah, make an Arcana check. Durnan does not appear to be affected by any form of curse.
Okay. Step out with the rest of them.
Okay. 20 years is a bit of an overstatement. 10. Still.
Aye.
Okay.
He's like the beginning of the presidency versus the end of the presidency.
Yes. Good
Very
way.
Exhaustion. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so for context, Meliun had the brain thing in his head.
for a while.
Yeah, a good long while. All that time he was bringing adventurers down to the portal. Ugh. So
he was leading.
Well, okay, not
he
all
was-
of that time, because he was doing that before.
At some point. in the-
So something was.
Well, yes, but Connie
controlling him.
has no context for how long that's been.
Fair.
Yeah, it was a brain devourer took over his skull.
So it was something that was controlling him, and he
Yep.
was being used to bring adventurers to their demise.
Pretty much.
Brought them
Yeah,
for
no,
something, we don't know what yet.
Aye. Last night I snuck into his room, talked to Azure Edge, shit went down, I ran to Blackstaff, she killed him, she's fucked up about it, Darnan's fucked up about it. Now we're on our way to tell the Lord Silverhand.
I don't know if they'll like us showing up at 5 in the morning, though.
I mean, probably not,
I
but
mean, it
this
is
is a
kind
matter
of
of
an
the realm.
emergency.
for the
Yeah,
good
like
of
I
the
was-
realm.
I was about to say, like, Sockham's like, this is a matter of importance. A great figure has fallen. New
The
pillar
city
needs to be
is
put up.
waking up at this point, I should say. There's people
Yeah, we should
going out, like, going to their jobs on the street. Like, it's not like you're going at 2 in the morning, like you did with Vajra.
That's fair.
We should also probably shop about this, because we don't want anyone hearing that shouldn't.
Right.
Right.
Do you want, Sockham, do you want to go to Lord Silverhand on your own, or do you want one of us to
I-
come with you?
If any of you want to come with me, feel free. But
I mean, all of us going, maybe not a good idea.
All I'm saying is
Right.
none of you are dressed for it except Pierce.
Exactly.
Chris is always
You
dressed
still
for
have the
shit
clothes
like
from the
this.
theater.
And I
Sockham,
guess
why don't you
arguably Connie.
Connie's always got her cloak.
you
Who's got
cannot
the
you
theater on?
cannot you cannot get Sockham to put that shirt back on.
No.
I don't think that would help.
Come on, why don't you put your Harper get up one? That'll be funny.
Because it's awful. Do you
I mean,
know
exactly,
how
that's the point.
you know how that fabric feels?
I mean, probably horrible.
Yeah, I'm
He
not
does
wearing
know how
again.
it feels because he had one, if you recall.
Yeah.
Sockham, I'll go with you, but I
I mean,
don't
I've
really
actually
like
still
jumping
got that
into
suit in my inventory.
I don't really like going to the
Have
lion's
you
den without a weapon.
considered buying comfortable clothes that look
I am
decent?
comfortable.
I'm wearing comfortable clothes.
This is decent.
Yes, but fancy, comfortable clothes.
He just gestures to himself again.
Shirts aren't comfortable.
Right, fine. Good looking
Yes.
for this lot gestured Waterdeep.
Yeah,
Their
yeah.
fashion is not my taste.
I mean,
Here's the thing though. Mostly looking at Stockholm. When meeting with important people, they tend to take offense when you're not dressed for it.
Okay, but we're also adventurers. Don't you think that would get us a little credit?
Not,
and she's also the Lord of Waterdeep. Come on.
yeah.
To be fair, if you're insistent on this, I will run and go put on the harbor pants.
Right, fine, put it this way.
Do you
do
not
you
have
think
the harbor pin in your pack?
Pants.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah.
We look down and
He's
forgot to put on pants.
No.
I'm afraid it's not the pants we're worried about. It's the
I'm not wearing a shirt, Pierce.
I'm pretty sure the person you're going to meet would not be happy with that.
Pierce,
I mean, she looked fine with it when we went to the theater.
I had the shirt on then.
Yeah, they were the twins were dressed up. They looked like the Tweedles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Aye.
We quite literally looked like the Dumb and Dumber suit guys.
You look like the Tweedles. D and Dumb.
Yeah.
So do we
Long
want
story
to?
short, Pierce, we don't have time for this.
I mean, it is 4 in the morning.
I was
Five.
gonna say we
Ish.
do. Just go put the suit on.
I'll go put the pants on.
I remind you, the suit was bright purple.
Yes.
Right. And I think Sokkum is going to quite literally run and swap pants.
So you're gonna go with the bear cloak, your gray skin with red tattoos, and bright ass purple suit pants. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I need that drawn.
That's a new
Fucking. So congratulations, guys. You made it worse.
I'm happy with this.
You made it
all I
so
can imagine
much
is
worse.
It looks
All I
fine to
can,
me.
all I can imagine is stepping
When it comes
outside
back
and a town guard's like, my eyes!
Like literally, I am going to show you the hell that you have wrought.
When it comes back out, Braden's gonna put a hand to his mouth and like, try and stop himself from chuckling.
Yes, you all caused this.
Or you got. So who's all going?
Oh my
That's the
god,
question.
kids.
I mean, looking like that, he's going himself.
Those involved should probably go.
No, I'm out. I've got stuff that I need to do.
Right. Speaking of, I think Sokkum's gonna like take out the dragon scale and put it out to Braden.
Do you want me to get anything specific with this?
Maybe you can get something from Rashal that you'll find useful. I don't really need it.
Thank you, whoever did that.
I mean, the two that I've got, I was planning on getting a bunch of
Yeah,
healing.
this is basically what Sokkum looks like right now.
I needed that in my life.
Again,
Thank
it's
you.
so
for hell's sake.
so very bad. Like shame on all of you for making that happen.
Yeah. Anyway,
Guys, we have a very, very pale Hulk.
Oh my god.
Right?
Yes.
anyway,
Killed the bear in the process.
if you can get some potions, that'd be great. If I could get one from the collection you get, that would also be great.
These are worth, what, from Rochelle, they were 100 each.
Right.
So, it's going to be a lot of potions. It'll be enough for all of us.
Right. All right. Good. Now,
Because after that cabin incident, we kind of need them.
yeah. So who's coming with me?
Notably, Lawrence has missed all of this shit.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
we're about to go over to Lawrence. Hang on, give me a second.
I'm just amused by it.
I'm not going anywhere with.
I'll go if you need me, but I don't know if I'll be helpful.
I plan to do most of the talking, no matter who comes with me.
I mean, you
I'll be
need some
there.
confidence wearing that.
So, you need someone there to shut you up when you need to be shut up, okay?
Yeah.
So Braden,
Pierce? No.
Braden needs to get his
what else do you
cloak.
have going on this one?
Excuse me,
Pierce
I
is the
can't
only
shut-
other one who's dressed for this. He can go.
Yeah.
So, Pierce, Connie, and Sockham?
Doesn't Pierce have a thing he's supposed to do as well?
I don't know.
No, because we already done that for you.
Didn't you write it down?
Your entire quest.
Oh yeah, Miss Blackstaff said good job.
Yeah,
do
thanks. No, I don't do it.
She probably said it through her mourning, she says, glaring at Braden. Or he says.
I mean, yes, but she still congratulated him on finishing his mission. Despite not doing anything. She didn't say that, I did. You're welcome.
Either way, she said the contract was fulfilled.
Right. KnightLites, away!
So who's going where, spinning Azure Edge in the distance?
Yeah.
Who's going where?
Who's going to...
Braden's going to...
Trollskull Alley.
Trollskull Alley for the cloak.
Who is going
and
with
potions.
Braden?
For... Not the whole time, but I'll make my way that direction with him.
Okay, so Rockham is going. Pierce, where are you going?
Apparently, I'm forced into going with Sockham.
You're not forced, that you still have a choice.
Forced.
You're going wherever you want. Where are you going?
Sockham can totally handle this on his own. Pierce doesn't want to go.
I don't believe that.
Where are you going?
Please bring Pierce so we can have a repeat of the pickle incident.
No.
Oh my god.
Where are you going?
I'm going with Sockham.
Okay, so Connie, where are you going?
With Sock.
Okay, so Sock, Connie, and Pierce are going to Castle Waterdeep. That's a bit of a walk. And Braden and Rockham are going to Trollskull Alley. That's also a bit of a walk. Meanwhile, we do the spinning Azure Edge, and we crossfade to Lawrence coming into work. And I still need to get some really good, like, Kalashite sounding music for Embrick and Avi. I don't have it yet. I've been looking.
Crap, I forgot to prep my spells.
I'm thinking maybe Caverns of Time, but I don't have it right now, unfortunately. So
because that's one of my favorite tracks.
it's good. So I will use this for now.
Some good old Forge music.
So Lawrence, I'm assuming you go to work.
Oh yeah, and one of the first things I wanted to do was take care of Rock's gear.
Oh, well, hang on. As the apprentice, you get there first, and it is your job to set the shop up for the day. That's part of your duties. Like the squire does that. Like that's a given. Mm-hmm. So as you're setting the shop up, Embrick comes downstairs, sleepy-eyed and rubbing his face. He yawns. Lawrence, my boy, I thought I heard you down here. You're early.
Yesterday was trying, Master Embrick, and this is the best way to get my mind off things.
I quite agree on the latter. Miss Gambleson with you?
No, Master Embrick, I'm sorry.
No matter. He, like, stretches, you hear his back crack.
I mean, Lawrence will wince in sympathy because he's been there.
The orders should be, in the usual place. Any mail?
And I probably would have checked on the way in.
Yeah, you open the door, it would be at your feet.
And, I'd probably pass over what there was.
Yeah, he takes it and looks through it. Because you wouldn't look through it, you just collect it.
Right, it's not for me to, fiddle through.
Right.
And we're, in the business. I don't.
Right. Opens a letter, glances at it, sets it aside, and he says, "How goes the renovation?"
Unfortunately, it's been a bit difficult. Went to get some pricing, and the glassmakers were incredibly expensive. And it's going to probably take a bit more time. Unless,
Let me guess, Sandtide.
Explain?
I never told you. You can say yes or no to that.
And, Lawrence would probably look confused, like, wait, what?
Ophelia Sandtide, she's one of the chief glassmakers. She's a shrew.
And at that, Lawrence would probably just look a little resigned, like, all told for the entire renovation, Master Emmerich, was 3,000 gold.
Robbery! Even by Waterdeepian standards, robbery!
Yeah,
he shouts, and from upstairs you hear, "Oh, are we under attack?" And in Primordial, Embrick says, No, everything's fine. And Avi says, "What are you shouting about?" And Embrick says, "The shrew." Santide? Yes, Lawrence got a quote. And? 3,000! And you hear Avi slam something down upstairs, come marching down.
Uh-oh. Probably like in a bathrobe.
Yeah,
like,
well, he's Kalashite, so it's more like a vest and like a pair of shorts.
Yep.
But yeah, he comes down, he puts one hand on Embrick's shoulder and the other hand on his hip. It's like 2 stairs above Embrick, he's just looking at you, and he's furious.
Uh-oh.
We are good at wallets.
And so you speak Primordial. So yeah.
Lawrence would raise a finger and say, roofing wasn't bad, lumber wasn't bad, it was the glass work.
Right. So hang on. I think my stream is dying. 1 second. Am I still live? Testing for chat. Testing for chat. Am I still good? Can you hear me?
I am still fine.
There we go.
Dead, so I cannot...
My stream preview crashed. I think I'm good. Sorry. Anyway, so you speak Primordial. So in Primordial, Avi is saying to Embrick, they're on the stairs, you're at the counter, you're close enough that you can hear them. He says, "Right, you're going to come upstairs, I'm going to put you in your best robes, and you're going to march down to that shrew, and you're going to give her a piece of our mind." And Embrick's just like lulling his head and just like shaking it back and forth, and he's just like, "Yes, dear, yes. Of course, you're absolutely right." And Avi's just going on and on and on.
Avi is on the warpath.
Yes.
Nice.
And I think Embrick says, "We're not going to get any work done today, are we?" And Avi says, "Work? Work? The tavern is in need of repairs, and you're thinking about work?" And Avi just like shakes his head.
Wins.
I love them so dearly.
And I think Avi
Everyone
like steps back and like shoves Embrick back up the stairs, like, "Go get dressed, you're gonna go deal with this." And then he turns to look at you and he says, "We don't have too many orders today, do we, my dear boy?" There's a ton.
And oh,
are you going to lie to Avi or Embrick? That's the question here.
that's mean. I'm not going to lie to either of them because I know what they can do to me.
You have to choose.
Oh, you're mean.
Or you can just say it's fine, I'll do the work. And
Yes.
I mean, that was basically my plan.
Which would be lying to Embrick. That choice is lying to Embrick, just saying.
Fuck. Lawrence will rub his face and he says, "Nothing I can't handle on my own until one of you gets back."
"Ah, wonderful!" And Avi turns. "I shall be accompanying you, Embrick!" And he's like starts marching back up the stairs.
And Lawrence will duck the fuck outside and get to work.
And you hear, as Avi says that, and you're moving to the door, you just hear Embrick go, "Of course you are!" And you go outside.
Lawrence has noped the fuck out of the building.
So you go and like set the forge up and you start working. And a little bit later, you see Embrick and Avi dressed to the nines. Embrick has a fucking feathered turban on, and they are marching out of Trollskull Alley. They are marching out of Trollskull Alley with such gusto that Vincent Trench, who's walking by with like a Danish and a cup of coffee, looks at them, looks at you, raises an eyebrow, and keeps walking.
Smart man. Smart motherfucker.
Now, what I need to know is who is coming to Trollskull Alley, Brayden and Rockham. Roll a D100, one of you, and call high or low.
Oh no.
we
I'll
go.
call low, I suppose.
You're gonna call low, okay? That is high, unfortunately.
Oh,
God damn
boy.
So as you two are leaving, or as you two are entering Troll Skull Alley, you see Embrick and Avi dressed for parade walking out of Troll Skull Alley,
As they're walking past us, like
marching past you. Avi is marching past you.
when they're marching past us, like I'm not getting involved in this. Either Lawrence has done something horrible, and I better go check on him, or I honestly don't know.
So they like
Yeah,
Avi, like Embrick pauses to like start walking or stop walking and talk to you guys. Avi, in that way that says "Come along, dear," he says, "Good morning, boys," and keeps walking.
Oh, shit.
Morning. And I keep walking.
Slight wave. Morning.
you see Embrick like flail to catch up with Avi.
Right.
I think I'll stop by and see Lawrence while you're doing it.
Yeah. Just make sure Lawrence is alright if they tour like that.
I'll let him go do his shopping and then I'll go.
My favorite NPCs in Waterdeep, by the way.
Arsu, I think.
Could never tell.
So you guys split up. Brayden, where are you going?
Hey. Gonna check on Lawrence first, or
Oh, you're both going to go check on Lawrence. Okay, so you guys arrive. You see Lawrence with, basically, you know that that like spinny card book that cooks have, with all the orders on it.
Hi.
He's got one of those, about 15 irons in the forge, and he's hammering away at something.
Yeah, it's the order spinner.
Yeah.
Alright, so before we like go up to him, it's like knock on the door. It's like,
So
alright, Lawrence.
it's outside. The forge is outside. There's no door.
Aye.
As we're approaching, I lean over to Brayden. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that my stuff's probably not getting done today.
And
I mean,
with, and I'm supposed to
whispering
hear
it,
that.
so
That
I'm whispering it
depends.
I'm just whispering it to Brayden as we're walking up.
Okay, so no, probably not.
No.
aye.
So yeah, so you guys walk out. So Lawrence, Rockham and Brayden walk up to you.
Hey guys.
Alright, Lawrence.
You need a hand.
What was that about? Embrick and Novi just kind of stormed past us.
They had the wall or something.
Told about the quote yesterday.
Oh.
And by the sounds of it, they're not happy.
You didn't
When it looks
actually
like the
tell
Barbie.
the group about the quote.
No, I did not.
This is me assuming I know what a quote is.
Got all the pricing for all the Renault.
Aye.
It, yeah. They aren't happy. So, they apparently, took issue with that.
How much was it?
3,000.
Oi.
Uh-huh. And Master Embrick and Master Avi were not pleased. So, until they get back, I am taking care of things on my own.
You need a hand.
Yes.
I would
Yes.
offer, I would
You
offer
need a hand.
but I would offer a hand, but I don't know if that can be any use.
It
that-
doesn't
I
matter
don't have
how
anything to
proud
do
you
for a
are,
bit.
Lawrence. The if you choose to be truthful, the answer is yes. You need a hand.
And, you
I
know,
got this for hunting.
it's them. I would actually just say, yes, I could really use the help. Mind you, some of the irons of the forge are probably rock stuff.
Yep.
Nice.
So, how would you like me to make these rolls, kid?
So, okay. So, what is your... I guess this question is more for Rockham and Brayden. How long are you guys going to stay and help? Are you going to put in a day of work?
I think I would go get my stuff. Like, help a bit, go get my stuff, then come back.
Okay, so yes, ultimately, is what I'm hearing.
Aye, pretty much.
Okay.
Rockham was gonna go do hunting stuff, but he'd feel kind of bad leaving Lawrence with all
I
of
mean,
the...
you can-
This is the rest of your gear.
You can fuck off.
Yeah.
That's your business.
I think he'll... I know things might happen between now and then, but he'll like, oh, I'll wait a day, it's fine.
Okay.
And then help Lawrence back.
So then, if you're gonna put a day of work, I'm gonna need you to make two smithing tool proficiency checks with your probably wisdom, Lawrence.
Oh, really? You
Yeah.
set it for strength, so...
Well, yeah, it depends on what the task is. You change it.
Oh,
It's context based.
hang on.
It would be. I guess. Are you going for speed? Is your objective? Hey, masters, I'm done for the day. Or is it quality? Or both?
Both.
Both. Okay, you
So,
just raised the
that's probably
DC of these checks.
I figured. as
Keep in
much.
mind you have inspiration.
You do have inspiration.
Which I do.
You also have advantage because your friends are helping you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be two tool proficiency check, two smithing tool proficiency checks with wisdom. The first check is for Rock's gear, and the second one is to get the task for the day done.
Okay.
I will say this:
See if this works.
fail, you're taking a level of exhaustion.
Noted.
Brayden and Rock, you're taking a level regardless.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, here goes.
Pass the first one.
Not the second.
Ooh! Not only,
You have
not
inspiration.
only did you fail that roll, you rolled the worst you could possibly roll. This is the first catastrophic failure we have seen in Waterdeep right now. That is 2 1s on 2 nat 20s.
Fuck. You can't inspiration it or something?
Inspiration would give him
Inspiration.
give him
okay.
advantage. He rolled 2 1s.
Oh no.
And there's
This is the
always
first
level.
catastrophic failure we've seen. I do great successes and catastrophic failures when I GM. This is a house rule that has not come up before. Lawrence, what did you break? It was expensive.
Oh.
I was gonna make the joke that the forge explodes, but
Yeah.
That's on the table.
That would probably kill me.
If you don't want to choose, I can roll.
Or like crack an anvil or something.
that would actually make sense. Like Rockham's hitting it so hard it just snaps down the middle.
Oh, no.
No,
It's not
wouldn't be
Rockham,
rocketing
it's
me.
Lawrence.
Well, okay, fair.
It probably would be cracking the anvil.
You crack your anvil, or actually roll a d3.
Oh
Okay.
no. Oh no.
1 is Avi, 2 is Embrick, 3 is Lawrence.
I'm kind of hoping it's mine because at least it's mine.
I'll roll a d3 and find out. Ooh.
Fuck.
Can you forge a new anvil?
In the next hour.
Can you use mending on an anvil?
We are going to let this sit because it happens while Brayden is away. Brayden, crossfade over to you. So we see you guys working. We see Brayden, we see the montage, right? The montage of the 3 of you working, and then Brayden jump cuts away. Brayden is gone, and then we see Lawrence getting more and more frantic, dropping tools and getting his orders mixed up. And then we go to a black screen, we hear rending metal, and then we fade over to Brayden. Where are you going?
I'll go to Rochal's first.
You go into the bookworm's treasure, okay?
Yes.
So you go over to the bookworm's treasure. It's still early. It's you've been working for a while, but it's still early. So it's let's say 9 a.m.
Aye.
And you head inside and you push open the door. Rochal is dutifully copying a book. He looks up. Master Coy, bright and early, I see. Good to see you. I have your package, but I'm curious if you have any other business while I'm getting it.
Do we have any other business? I don't think.
Up to you.
Yeah,
No,
we
no one
do.
else had to
We do.
remind me out of character. What was
Ah.
it you were needing?
Do not remind him out of character.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything.
Fuck.
So while Brayden is thinking, Rochal reaches under the counter and he pulls out this big, paper wrapped bundle sealed with string, and he rips it open, and there's your cloak all folded up and neat. And he says, before you come, excuse me, over here and take a look and make sure the fit is right, just so that we're all on the same page, you're not allergic to any artificial scents, are you?
Not that I'm aware of, but
I can
don't
remove
know.
it, I just wanted to make certain it's been laundered, you see.
Probably best if you remove it.
As pleases you, and he like waves his hand, and yeah, you press the cloak, and then you come
Aye.
on, you take the cloak, and it's been cleaned, it's been mended, you put it on, it fits the same as it was before. You have your magic cloak back. You have to attune to it, but you have it.
Aye.
There now. Well, don't you cut a dashing figure. I believe we are, aside from your store credit, which you still have some of, I believe we are square, as they say, Master Coy.
We are indeed. Any word on from your friend coming by?
The reporter.
Sorry?
The reporter? He's what he said.
The reporter and I can't remember her name, the one for doing the magical items.
I'm afraid in Waterdeep, unless it's, official legislation or from the Department of Public Works, mail doesn't run on every day. It's every other day. I should hear something tomorrow.
Ah, okay. I'll be sure to stop by tomorrow and
And
ask if there's
while
any-
I have you, can I interest you in any of our titles, or perhaps that scroll of invisibility?
As much as I would like to at the moment, no.
Something the matter, Master Coy? I could pen a few more bars of your saga, I suppose. You look as if something is troubling you.
It's a really long day and night.
It's hardly breakfast time.
I know, that's what makes it so... Oh.
What on earth
So
could have
exhausting.
happened?
It's not for me to say, unfortunately.
Very well. I can't tempt you with a few scrolls or a limited edition of your favorite novel.
It's a bit of a serious matter. If I was to say anything, don't know what could happen.
Your friends, they're not hurt,
No, my friends
they?
are fine, thankfully, but... Just a bit of a kerfuffle last night.
You see him, like, pull out a different book and start writing in it. Yes, go on.
I can't discuss it, I'm sorry. You'll probably hear about it soon, though.
You speak as if someone has died, Master Coy.
He like closes his mouth like.
Oh, terribly sorry. Someone in the family, I assume? Sorry, wrong accent. Someone in the family, I assume?
No, but someone. How do I say this? Near and dear to Waterdeep.
You see him, like, wave a hand and the door closes behind you. Not, like, sealing you in, but just like, we need to talk.
Yeah.
And he says, I appreciate both your candor and your desire to remain, I'm not certain, your fight against the spread of misinformation. But,
Yeah.
to be clear, Laurel Silverhand is not dead, is she? Vasha
Thankfully
Safar,
not. No, Vajra's fine. Well, I say fine.
Mert, Durnan?
As far as I know, Mert's as far as I know, Mert's fine. Durnan's but down in the dumps.
Rainier Neverember?
I haven't
Hello,
heard
War
from
Dragon.
anything from him. And when he says Merlin, it's like, oh fuck.
Rainier War Dragon is dead. How did that happen? That's a sad day for Waterdeep, my boy.
From what I've heard, I didn't know about his legends, but by the sounds of it, they were great.
Nothing so bold, not like illustrious Blackstaff or Durnan, but more Melun was a man of the people. He was always about, rescuing in a fire, building buildings, saving the downtrodden, catching purse snatchers, things like that. He's a hero in the everyday sense. He didn't kill Tiamat or anything like that.
Well,
Still,
yeah, he's
still,
unfortunately
it's
lost.
a powerful name in Waterdeep. What happened?
That's a story in itself.
I am a collector of such things.
This is maybe one you don't spread to people until we know everything that happened.
I assure you,
But,
Master Koi, just because I am in the business of information, it does not mean that I go shouting my secrets from the rooftops.
Wow, that's a good practice to keep. I should know.
Quite. Did you kill him?
It gets that look on his face. It's like, no, but I was kind of responsible for it.
Do you need a place to
Before
stay?
you jump to, before like your mind wanders. You know my friend Pierce, the one that lended you the book to copy.
He nods.
He's part of Foursquare. He was given a task to look into War Dragon because he was Mrs. Black's. I say Miss. The Blackstaff.
Archmage Safar.
Aye, there you go. March. March. Archmage Safar had asked him to look into War Dragon because he was acting odd. Turns out he got his mind jacked by intellect devourer.
And you see Rashal in his gold dragon glory recoil, put a hand over his mouth. Oh, intellect devourers, terrible business that. They kill you and take over your life and your friends, family, and your third wife, who's never the wiser, I hear. Anyway, terrible business. Melon was... No, he's smarter than that.
Well, I managed to talk to Azure Edge. Yeah.
You know about Azure Edge? Well, that lends validity to your claim.
Yeah, I managed to get hold of him. I'd seen what happened. It's horrible.
The axe can share memories. That's not in my... You write something down.
Well, apparently.
I see. Melon. An intellect devourer. Well, Blackstaff Safar is quite well connected. I expect his resurrection should be in a few days' time.
There's that face of like... it's not that simple.
What?
He's been gone for a long time. Too long.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
So he's gone then?
Gone.
He puts the pen down, which is he'd never done before. He puts the pen down.
From what I could tell from Durnan's reaction, he's going to be sorely missed.
Master Koi, turn the sign on the door when you leave, please. I think I should like to be alone.
Yeah, it's a hard day for everyone.
Quite. Right, best keep that to yourself. I think.
Plan to.
And he turns to go upstairs.
Yeah, I'll leave him to it.
It's like doing the dragon mopey thing, head down.
Like sway side to side. So I thank him again for the cloak and.
Yep. Do you turn his sign to close?
I'll turn the sign off.
You turn close the door. Yeah.
And as I walk out, it would let Mark himself, and no one else is going to know until Lorosis.
Okay, so and then we crossfade to Castle Bloody Waterdeep.
Oh dear.
You're gonna sit a little bit longer, Lawrence.
Shit. Making me feel all the dread. Thank you.
Where is that one? Wait, that one. And then that one. No, wait, that's Rainer's thing. This one. Nope, that's too intense. I need to find some good music for this. This one? Nope, that's not the one I want. Damn it! Where's the one I want? Sorry.
The curse of those musically inclined.
How do I not have good... I know I have good music for this. Where is it? Where is it? Do I not have it? Son of a bitch. Okay, whatever. I'll find that later. We'll use... Fine, whatever. We'll use... Well, first I'll turn that back on. And then we'll use Rainer's theme for now. Rainer's not showing up, but I'm using his theme. So, Castle Waterdeep. This big, sprawling complex inside a walled area set up against the mountains. It's the biggest building or series of buildings, or like it's the biggest thing any of you have ever seen. It pales compared, or sorry, it forces to pale the mayor's house from the town near Amber Ridge. It is huge, and there's like 10 guards at the gate. Like that's how big it is. You could see guards on the parade grounds through the gate. The big symbol of Waterdeep with all of the different guilds on it is on the gate, and there's a line of partitioners like all the way down the street when the three of you walk up.
Well,
Oh dear.
I suppose this is one of the few opportunities where boldness matters. Well, Suckham's gonna look at Pierce like, am I right? I kinda need to know.
Yeah. Just don't overdo it.
Right. And please, I understand that I can get a little over-admissive, but I know what I'm going to say here.
You got one shot, I think.
Yeah. So Sock's gonna look at Connie, like look from Pierce to Connie and back forward and go, all right, onward we go. Start heading up to whatever the most obvious entrance.
Yeah, well, there's a line leading down the street. As you start walking past it, everybody is grumbling.
Sorry. Excuse us. Sorry.
Just really quickly, like, business of the KnightLites.
Somebody throws a tin can at you.
Now is not the time
It was worth a
to
shot.
advertise.
No, it was worth a shot. It usually gets a good response, but
You get up to the gate, and you see the line extends past the gate. It's like, this is the line to get in line.
Oh dear.
And there's like there's a bunch of guards. There's a couple of tired-looking guards, like talking to people. And so, do you just like jump in front of the next person?
I think the plan is like walk up to a guard.
Yeah. So you have to cut off somebody,
Right.
unless you go to a different guard entirely.
I think the plan is just walk up to a guard and show the letter.
Okay.
I kind of need to see them.
So you walk up to a guard, and the guard like lifts his faceplate, like looks at the line, looks at you as you're holding out the letter, and he says like, "All partitioners to Castle Water," as he's taking the letter, "all partitioners to Castle Waterdeep should be seen in the order they." Blackstaff Tower. Ah. And he turns, "Open the gates!" And everybody else looks at him like, "Trevor, what the fuck?" and he like gestures. He says, "These adventurers are they have a writ of passage from Blackstaff Tower." And there's some mumbling, and somebody in the crowd goes, "They do not!" And the guards like shout for order. One of the guys goes over with his halberd, but the gates open. But the gates open.
Yeah. So,
Perfect.
like,
Does it appears to have some kind of symbol from Blackstaff Tower?
Yes?
Yeah.
You have a badge that says you're in 4th grade.
Yep.
Yes. Oh yeah, just.
It's a little go tile with the Blackstaff symbol on it.
Mm-hmm. So I would. If the letter hadn't been enough, I would have shown that.
yeah. So, Sockham's headed on he's on the path here.
So you're just walking straight through the gate. Everybody in the crowd behind you is now jeering at you. Everyone in the crowd in front of you is like, what? You ain't getting past. They all try to stonewall you, but the guards step in front of you and are like, make way, and like they start clearing a path for you.
I'm sorry, but trust us, this is important. Turning back around to keep walking.
Just keep moving. Shut up. Keep your head low. Go.
So the guards don't directly lead you anywhere. They just kind of indirectly clear a path for you, unless you speak up and say, like, you don't know.
Right. I think, like, Sockham, like, once they're more or less past the herd, as we'll say, Sockham's going to...
There is no more or less past. It extends into the castle.
I think it's the most straightforward to just follow the crowd, literally.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So, I mean, I assume you're walking laterally from the crowd. You're walking, like, beside them.
Right.
So you're, like, walking through, and there's, like, servants and noblemen moving about once you get into the castle proper. The gate guards are still with you, but once the, how do I say this? Once the average level of dress of the parishioners, improves, it's less make way and more, excuse me, my lord, excuse me, my lady, like, terribly sorry, dreadful business, and like, it, you know, their demeanor changes.
Right. No more pushing and shoving with halberd handles.
No.
More, like,
it's a gauntleted hand, maybe.
Right.
Progress is also slower.
Right.
A little bit later, you hear from ahead of you, coming down the hallway, you hear, "What is it? What's all this shouting? What? There's a line for a reason, constable!" And you see Mert in all of his, like, rotund glory come out of a big set of double doors, and he sees the three of you, and he scowls. And he's like, "My boy, what did I tell you?"
I apologize, Matt, but our conversation will have to wait. I need to speak with the Lord.
There is absolutely nothing.
Sockham's gonna hold out the letter to Mert again.
So yeah, so he starts to berate you, and then he takes the letter and he looks at it, and both of his big bushy eyebrows go up under his hat. "Are you in some kind of trouble, boy?"
No, not me, specifically.
Right. Come up to these doors, and he didn't come out of the door, he just, like, opened them to shout. "Come up here, and wait, there's currently a partitioner. I will remove them momentarily. You cannot. I'm sorry, my boy, I don't care what that letter says. You cannot barge into the throne room.
Of course, understood.
Wait here. Guards, see to these three. Whatever they need." And he closes the door again. Every single noble outside this room is glaring at you.
Connie feels very in the spotlight.
I honestly feel like it's rare for Pierce and Connie to see Sockham, like, resting serious.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of those times. Like, there is nothing jovial going on with Sockham right now.
You are all being, like, tutted at and glared at. You hear more than one, like, "A child?" And he said, "Mert, did you hear?" Like, he knows the man. Like, there's just all kinds of, like, old rich people anger happening right now.
I wanted to take out like this is just something I want to do in general. I want to take out the badge and just look at it.
It's a little go tile with the symbol of Blackstaff Tower, and it's got a little pin on the back.
Okay. He's just like turning it over in his hands while they wait.
How long do you wait?
Probably until Mert comes back out or something.
Okay. So it takes about 15 minutes of this withering silence. The guards flank you. You have 2 guards on each side of you. Nobody approaches you, but it's like you could tell that if someone did, they would meet a sword. I'm not sure how you guys feel about that in that situation. And a little bit later, the door opens again, and the person at the front of the line, like, inhales, starts to step forward, and Merc just, like, puts his big meaty hand in their face. And he's like, this is some old, like, rich lady. She's like a half-elf in, like, a powdered wig. She gets a face full of Mert. And then...
Oh god, a face full of Mert.
Face full of Mert mitt, yeah, basically.
That's a sentence. Face full of Mert.
And before she can get out, like, I never, Mert is like, Sorghum, I can't turn my head. Are you still out here?
Yes, sir.
I forgot he can't turn his head in his suit.
No, it's because he's glaring down this woman. He can't, like, turn away because she might attack him.
It's a yes, sir, and a begin to...
Yeah, you walk up, and he, like, opens the door with his hip, and behind him is this huge throne room. There's a bank of windows covered in, like, cloth drapes, but, like, beautiful cloth drapes in, like, every color. And dressed in, like, white with her, like, Pope hat on is Laurel Silverhand. She's got a scepter in one hand, and she's got a book resting on the throne on her other hand. And she seems to be alone in this room. There's a smaller chair for Mert off to the side. Theoretically for Mert off to the side. Doesn't seem to be anybody else in here. When the 3 of you come in, Mert steps in and closes the door. It is dead silent when he closes the door. There's about...
I'm so sorry, I'll be right back.
There's about 40 feet of open ground between you and the Lord of Waterdeep.
I think Sokkum is gonna close.
Before you walk forward, Mert's hand is on your shoulder. And he's, like, very quietly in your ear. He doesn't make a show of leaning down. He just makes a point that you can hear him. He says, "For your sake, boy, this had better be worth it."
It will be, sir. I think Sokkum, like, does his little, like, nod half the distance.
Yeah, he lets you go, and you start to approach, or I guess... Do you look at Laurel? Because if you do, she gives you the nod. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laurel gives you the nod.
Sokkum will come in closer.
What are Pierce and Connie doing? I know Connie's AFK, but Pierce, what are you doing?
I'm back. It was a false alarm. I'm good.
Cool.
I'm...
Connie's following Sock's lead for once.
Okay.
Yeah, and for the moment, I'm just gonna follow lead.
So... The 3 of you, you swear that Mert was behind you. You swear he was behind you. Mert steps out from behind the throne and just, like, puts both hands on his sword belt.
Blink, blink.
Yeah. Sokkum gets close-ish. And
like, on his sword belt or on...
Like, he like, links both of his thumbs in his belt, which is a very casual gesture, but his fingers are resting on his rapier.
Gotcha.
If you look at Mert, he mouths kneel.
Oh yeah, that's part of the plan already.
Pierce very, very quickly moves.
So
kneels down.
So Sokkum, like, full bore. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just said down on the knees.
Oh, right. Yeah, Sokkum gets on both of his knees and pulls Azure off his back and lays it on the ground.
Still in the bag, or?
Yeah, still in the bag.
So, when you're down and you do that, you hear Mert say, "Lord Silverhand, allow me to introduce my newest harper and 2 of his associates, whom you met at the Light Singer Theater a few nights ago. They have pressing business, it seems, direct from Archmage Safar."
I have never been one for titles of lordship, but to make my point clear, Lord Laurel Silverhand, I apologize with great reverence. That's the right word, isn't it?
Yeah. It'll do.
As it seems quite some time ago, well, he like makes it a point after saying, well, to pull the bag off of Azure Edge.
Yeah, so you pull the bag off of Azure Edge, and both of them gasp, and you hear, because your face is on the floor, you hear Mert jump in front of Laurel.
Merloon War Dragon was lost to an intellect devourer. Archmage Safar ended it herself.
When, boy, when?
Just last night.
You see a shadow come closer to you. You're still looking at the floor. You see a shadow come closer to you. What do you do?
Sockham's just gonna keep his head down.
Okay. Someone, you don't know if it's Laurel or Mert, someone takes Azure Edge from in front of you. Like, it removed.
It was through my friends that I came to bear Azure Edge, and through an unsteady blessing from Archmage Safar.
She can't hear you, boy.
That I understand that. This is a moment of importance, and I feel the need that for titles. Lord Mert.
Kanye looks up, like, a little confused, like...
So, Connie, you look up. Mert is standing about 5 feet in front of Laurel, so he's standing, like, below the, like, raised platform.
Mm-hmm.
In front of Sockham. Laurel's holding Azure Edge in both hands in the almost the same way that, Durnan did, looking at the eye gem.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Now she has context. She looks out again.
Yeah. Mert says, just wait, boy. We're familiar with Azure. As much as city officials can be.
Of course. Apologies.
Laurel is talking, but she's talking very quietly. I don't know how close you guys got. If you knelt when Mert said kneel, you're still about maybe 15 feet away, so you probably can't hear what she's saying. If you got closer, right. That's a different matter.
Sockham would have known when he said to.
She's talking very like whispering to Azure Edge, or theoretically to Azure Edge. And after a minute, you hear her like exhale, and that seems to be a cue for Mert. And he turns, and he says, "Lord Silverhand," and she exhales again, and she says,
Mert, if you please, this is rather heavy.
And he steps up, takes the axe from her, and she exhales again, and she says,
"Thank you for informing me. Whom else knows?"
At this time, Archmage Safar and Durnand, as well as some guards that saw the happenings last night, as well as my friend, my sister here, and another member of my family.
she nods.
Rise.
Connie stands up.
Sockham stands, full attention.
Pierce stands as well.
Who among you represents Force Grey?
Pierce raises his hand slowly.
Archmage Safar will want her instrument back, I presume?
Nods.
Mert holds the axe out to you.
Can you please hand it? I think my strength is still low because I haven't been long resting with everyone else.
You have long rested.
Yeah.
Is my strength back to normal?
How far below is it? You get 1 point back when you long rest.
I think it was lowered. It was 9. It was lowered 3 points.
Then you got 2 points down now.
Okay,
You
so
did long rest.
Okay, so it's up to 8 strength.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, I'll take it. 8.
Okay. You take it. Edric doesn't say anything to you when you take it. And Laurel, she's looking at Salcom, and she says, "Why does a harper come before me with a message for Force Grey? Or from Force Grey?"
It was decided that I should be the one to deliver this message, as I was the one chosen, more or less, to bear Ajarej.
By whom?
It was by an uneasy blessing from Archmage Safar.
Uneasy. Elaborate, boy.
From my understanding, it was decided during mourning. Ajarej said they wanted a new wielder. They didn't want to be put in a display case, and my friends prompted me as a possibility, and apparently Ajarej took kindly to that.
I see no reason to dispute the decision of Archmage Safar. However, it is also of my attention that none of you are familiar with the exploits of Lord Wardragon.
I regretfully say not. Being a skald, it's a shame.
You're from far away, Salcom. There is no penalty.
How far, Mert?
I had to look myself, Lord Silverhand. I almost said Lord Safar. Quite away. Their money is not even accepted at our changing house. She nods.
I quite agree. Lord Harper, that is far enough. Melon Wardragon was a boon to this city, has saved many lives, ushered in many more. He will be missed.
Missed? Mert turns to look at Laurel like she said something he didn't understand.
Melon Wardragon is lost to us, Lord Harper. He has been...
What would you say, Skald? Captured? Fallen?
Forgotten.
I would not say forgotten.
To his own body, perhaps, I should say.
Removed.
For some time. Too long, I think, for our priests.
Turnand himself said that there was no chance.
Mert nods slowly, like shakily. I see. I was not aware of this, Lord Silverhand.
Neither was I, as I think many were fooled. We must thank the swift action of Archmage Safar and the three of you.
I'm sorry for your loss, and all our losses.
How did you come about this information?
Myself, I received it through Ajarej, and he gestures to Kani, my sister, as well as my other
Laurel's
compatriot.
attention snaps to you, Connie.
Who are you? So hooded before the Lord of Waterdeep.
Oh shit.
I apologize, my lord. I didn't realize that was a taboo. I have a rather embarrassing face.
Mert?
Mert, walks over and you feel him put his hand on your hood.
I would request you
Well,
not,
shit.
Lord Mert.
He stops. Make a persuasion check, Salcom.
Oh.
Oh dear.
What is it, boy? I think he
Shall we-
kneel, like, you see him, like, move his foot back to kneel so he can look at Connie.
Shall we say a taboo we've protected her from for many years?
Look down, girl.
I look down.
He, like, kneels in front of you and, like, looks up under your hood. You see his, like, big bushy eyebrows and his, like, rather, like, piratey looking face, chubby now. He peers up at you. Like, you're obviously a tiefling in this position. Yeah, okay. You see his eyes get wide and then narrow. And
Pierce is very tense.
I'm going off of Sockham's persuasion check for what he says next. And he says,
Okay.
"My Lord Silverhand, she is cursed. It is rather gratuitous. She appears as a... You are alive, aren't you, girl? Your face is rather... necrotized."
I am quite alive, my lord.
Yes, she... looks a bit ghoulish, Lord Silverhand. I would not trouble you so. Stands back up.
Kind of breathe a sigh of relief.
Pierce size as well.
Thank you, Lord Bird.
And now I have to make a check for Laurel.
Oh, good.
Do you have insight, Laurel fucking Silverhand? Yes, you do. Oh, God. Okay, so I have to roll Deception for Mert and Insight for Laurel. This is gonna be great.
This should be good.
This is gonna be amazing.
Boy.
I have to roll... a couple of the biggest names in Waterdeep are squaring off right now. Holy
This episode
shit.
needs to be called Sockham Starts a War.
Mert got a nat 20. Okay, we're alright.
Oh, thank God.
Oh.
So she says,
Oh.
I am not some blushing maiden, Lord Harper. I would see those who come before me.
I am aware of your constitutions, Lord Silverhand. However, it is powderous. There are, I hesitate to call them spores, but the hood contains an apparatus to contain them. I worry that it could be unsafe to remove it.
Very well. Your sister,
And she looks back at Sockham.
she too is a Goliath then?
She is not.
Adopted sister is more accurate.
Yes, madam, you may have heard of our group. Call ourselves the KnightLites. I consider all those...
Pause. I need to see if she knows. Good God, Laurel. All right. So you say the KnightLites, and she doesn't like. She just gives you the queen nod. She's just like, yeah, I know who that is.
I consider all those within our group to be my family, because I have grown up with them.
And how was she involved in the matter with War Dragon? Can you speak for yourself, miss?
I was there to witness the standoff between what was left of Meloon and Lord Zafar.
I see. And what is your opinion of how the Blackstaff handled the situation?
Mert's hand on your shoulder tenses, Connie.
She seemed upset, but she handled it without hesitation.
Collateral?
No other dead, no.
Wounded?
Just herself.
Frightened?
And what?
Property damage? Frightened civilians?
The guards may have been frightened, but
Civilians,
honestly,
girl.
who wouldn't be?
Civilians.
No one was there.
I would expect nothing less from the Archmage. Mert lets you go. Very well. KnightLites. I thank you for this message. You will use that artifact in defense of Waterdeep and her people.
Of course.
And I will bear the burden of informing those people. You may go.
Of course. Thank you, Lord Silverhand.
You turn. Mert follows you out. You go out in a hallway. Mert lets you all the way out of the castle, but he stops you in a quiet corridor before you leave, and he exhales, deflates a little bit, and he looks at the three
Connie
of you.
takes a deep sigh of relief and just quietly says to Mert, "Thank you."
Learn a disguise spell, my girl, and do so quickly.
I have one, it's just usually rather obvious when I cast it.
I have not seen a demon born so bold since Tristan Seargaze.
That's last night.
I would imagine there was a simultaneous from
That was
three
a
of them.
V. That was a
I
V
need all
laugh, not-
three of you to make deception checks with disadvantage.
Oh
Because
Please
of the
feel
player
this.
reaction, you have to make the check.
no! Oh,
Please feel this. It's so big.
Oh my god!
Okay, Connie.
Oh dear.
oof.
Disadvantage, Connie.
Oh!
So
Who?
Pierce and Connie, what do you
Never heard
do?
that name.
Pierce and Connie, what do you do when he says that?
Wait, how do I directly message the DM and
What do you do?
I I don't make direct eye contact.
So you look down and shuffle your feet. Connie, what do you do?
Connie tries to play it off like never heard of him, but there's a very clear not backpedal, but jerk head. What?
So Mert chuckles and he looks at Sockham and he says, I take it you know him.
Well, since we're giving away everything now. Yes. He's my teacher of the Bodic ways, and plaps his hand on Connie's head, her father.
He stops and he stares at you.
Oh dear God.
Your
Connie is
Constance!
just looking at him you know me? What?
The man wouldn't shut up about you.
Dear God.
Would not shut up.
Yes. Oh.
I swear he mentioned your name to everyone in Waterdeep, including Lord Neverember.
Connie is very clearly...
You didn't hear this from me, but Tristan and his associates were instrumental in deposing Lord Neverember.
Wow.
Blink, blink. Why
Okay.
didn't tell me that part?
I doubt he thought it was important.
Well, thank you for the info.
Learn
also
a
for
disguise spell.
that-
Quickly.
Right, I'm gonna use that cloak now, and I'm gonna look more or less like myself, just without the tiefling.
So, no, this is the first time you're using this cloak.
Right,
You didn't set this. Obaya set this.
right, okay.
So you activate the cloak. Sog and Piers Connie changes into a Disney princess.
Oh, for fuck's sakes!
She gains about 4 inches of height. Her skin turns alabaster white. She gets red curly hair, and she's wearing like a red noble's dress with gold trim.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did someone say Merida?
No,
I was gonna say-
more like Aloy.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Nice.
well.
Connie seems
new?
both surprised and happy, and wow, wasn't expecting this much.
I'm not gonna get used to that.
So
I thought that was just
So
genuine.
Mert like puts one hand on his belly and laughs for a second, and then he says, "Were you wearing that the whole time, Miss Seargaze?"
I'll be honest, sometimes I forget I have it.
You are, without any doubt, the daughter of Tristan Seargaze.
I can just imagine, like 20 years ago. Did you have that the whole time? I
No.
kind of forgot about it.
Sorghum, my boy,
Yes.
have you any news for me before I release you to the wilds of the city?
Yes, I do. And despite what was asked of me, I need to ask something first. What particularly would your intentions be for them? If they are
Whom?
the doppelgangers.
That is privileged information.
I
Sorghum,
understand,
my
sir.
boy. And it is unsafe for you to know. Not every Harper can see the entire board.
I don't ask to see the entire board, sir. Simply for their own safety, ask this.
Do you doubt my ability to keep my operatives safe?
No, sir. Dernan does, though.
Make a persuasion check. You don't have advantage, but make a persuasion check. Okay. I'm gonna roll against that. It's only fair. Okay. So Mert's eyes. That is a matter for me to discuss with Lord Durden. You were given a task away from bias. If you feel you are incapable of completing this task because of your affiliation with the Yawning Portal, so be it.
No, sir. Absolutely not. As my role of... He grabs the handle of Azure Edge, the sort of protector, I felt a need to ask. I dearly apologize.
Pierce currently has Azure Edge.
That's... yeah. Yeah. Wait, what did I say?
You said you grabbed Azure Edge.
Oh, sorry. I meant gesture. As a sort of protector, I felt a need to ask, since they too are citizens. I
If
apologize.
you doubt my sincerity or my ability, Harper, you are of course welcome to speak up in the middle of the fucking castle, surrounded by nobles and guards. If not, then I expect you to report.
Of course. Sokkum, stiffens up a bit. I talked to most of them, and it seems the one most fitting is Bonnie.
And the others?
The others are a matter to be seen. They seem trustworthy, but...
You were meant to go and see.
I did, sir.
And what is your opinion?
Among them, Bonnie is the most trustworthy.
Then this Bonnie shall receive a letter post haste. Thank you. And reaches into
Yes,
his
sir.
belt. You, what did you call yourselves?
My name is Percival Averill.
No. Thank you, my boy. He pats on the shoulder. Collectively,
The KnightLites.
how many are in the KnightLites?
6.
Nods, reaches into a coin pouch, and passes Salcom a bag of coins.
Sockham will take it and just slide it into his belt pouch.
Very well. Familiarize yourself with the city, help its comings and goings, and I shall be in touch with you soon. Welcome. Which means
Yes, sir.
he has a silver exclamation point above his head and you need to level up again.
Yes, sir.
Now, and he turns and starts leading you out. Does anybody have anything they want to do in Castle Waterdeep before we cut to somewhere else?
While Mert's leading us out, I think Connie's going to say something to the effect of, if I may make a small request for reasons I don't think I need to explain. For all intents and purposes, I am a Miss Gambleson. If I could bother you with that.
For all intents and purposes, my dear, you are whomever you wish to be.
Many thanks.
Salcom, I told you about the trials for the autumn production.
Yes, I plan to arrive sometime tonight if I can.
Wonderful. Though auditions are held in the afternoon, shows go on in the evening. Remember that. It is a key
think so.
difference.
Yeah, I think Sockham does this like little clap thing, like, shoot, that's right.
And he leads you out the gate and like waves you off, and you guys head back out into the streets of Waterdeep. I love playing Mert. It's fun.
Right?
I like Mert.
So we cut back over to Rockham and Lawrence and Brayden. Brayden, you come. What's up?
I had one more stop to go to after I got
Oh,
home.
okay. Well, then we cut back over to Brayden then.
Aye. I was going over to Lavaliers to get some potions.
Corellian's Crown, yes.
Aye.
You head over. Do you want to do a scene with that, or do you want to just get some potions?
It was to like give her a couple of the, two of the skills, and get like potions in return.
Okay, that's definitely worth the scene then. So you go in, you open the Corellian's Crown. Fala is helping a customer, like got a little plant in a pot. Fala is like writing down instructions on how to care for it, and then they leave. You come up to the counter. Fala smiles at you.
Smell back.
Yeah, and again, Fala can't talk, so I think Fala just looks at you expectantly.
I'll go through my pack and like pull out 2 of the dragon skills, put them on the counter. How many potions can I get for these?
Fala like takes them and like makes a very deliberate weight gesture because you can't understand Fala's signs. Makes a very deliberate weight gesture at you. Goes over, grabs some like alchemy equipment, gets like effectively like a grater, and like shaves off a little bit of the scale. But make sure you can see them do it. Shaves off a little bit of the scale, takes that over to more alchemy equipment, does something, you see a flame shoot out and then change color, and Fala like nods, and then comes back over to you, gestures at the potion cabinet, and stops for a second, grabs a little notepad, and writes what kind of potions.
You do them differently. It's lesser, normal, and then greater.
And then superior.
And then superior. It was a mixture between normal and greater.
And for the record, it's minor, lesser, normal, greater, superior.
Okay, so there's a tier below that. Okay.
Yep.
So normal then greater. A mix between the 2 of them.
Normal and greater. Okay.
Yes.
So Fala, okay. So you've been cleaning Fala out.
Just a bit.
So Fala goes over to the cabinet and sets out 3 3 regulars and 1 greater. It's got a little bit like gold flecks in it. And like and shows like that's all that Fala has. And then picks up one of the scales and sets it in front of the potions.
Aye. I mean, I'll take them as better than nothing.
Okay. So you've got 3 4d4 plus 4 and 1 64 plus 6.
64 plus 6, okay.
And then Fala picks up the other scale and like raises an eyebrow at you, like, "What do you want for this?"
Oh, what else does she have?
A bunch.
Uh-huh.
Probably a lot of minor and lesser, right?
Nope, just different types of potions. Let me put it this way. Here's how it works. If there's a spell, there's a potion that does that spell.
So you're saying that she can have invisibility potions?
Theoretically.
Suppose I'll ask her about them.
Okay. So, you say, like, invisibility potion. Fala takes 2 vials out of the cabinet, sets it in front of the other scale, and then gestures a hand at you, like, "How about that?"
I would only take 2.
You'd only get 2.
Ah, okay.
Put 2 in front of the scale.
Yeah.
So you'd get 6 potions for 2 scales. Is that what you want?
I don't know. The healer potions are more valuable.
No. The healing potions were for 1 scale.
Yeah.
And then you can get 2 potions of invisibility for the other scale. If you want it.
I'm trying to think what would be more valuable.
You get all 6, dog.
I know I'm getting all 6. The invisibility potion was just more as a thought.
Right.
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm not. I know I'm not there, but I'm curious if she would have like a potion of
Potion of what? You're cutting out really badly.
I think it said scrying.
How would that work?
Scrying. That would take both scales.
Oh, okay.
Scrying's expensive. Yeah.
I'll just take the 2 invisibility potions as well.
Yeah. So Follow like nods at you, and then as you're like packing potions away, you see Follow take out this like big piece of like signboard and a paintbrush and start painting on it. You could read Waterdeep script, right?
I bet.
Follow is writing "now available" on the top and then saving space for something.
Fair enough. Because that will be the lightning resistance, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, aye. But as he's about to walk out, he'll like, click his fingers and turn back around to them.
Mm-hmm.
And ask about if she would be if they would be what time they would be available for the sign language they were going to do for me and Connie.
So that and Follow writes, have you joined a guild? I told you I'd be more comfortable if you were in a guild.
We have, yeah.
It's great you guys keep leaving out Sock'em in that.
Braden like gestures to his arm.
So Follow nods and says, "And her?"
And Connie's in the Grove of some
Emerald Enclave.
Emerald Enclave.
The Green Boys.
Yeah. So Follow brightens immediately and says, "How's Sunset?"
I don't know. I've not met them. I'm assuming it's a person.
Tilts her head at you. Can you come by at sunset?
took that as the wrong fucking.
I was wondering if you misunderstood that.
Yeah.
I did. It's because fucking.
I thought you were making a dad joke at first.
I thought you were making a dad joke too.
No, just my idiocy at play. Aye, Sunsight's fine. For me, I'll say to Connie that it's a time you're available.
Yeah, so Fallen nods and goes back to writing on the signboard.
And exit stage left.
Yeah, so you head back out, and so Lawrence, as Brayden is walking up, you have just broken Master Avi's anvil. Are you screaming? Are you shouting at the sky? Are you sobbing into Rockham's chest? What is happening?
I'm sure we can fix it somehow.
There's just this quiet, despairing. Fuck.
Okay, so Brayden, as you walk up, one of the anvils is in two pieces.
What the fuck did you do? I leave for 10 minutes and you break a thing. What?
And
Honestly, I'm not too sure how that happened either, and I saw it happen.
there's part of Lawrence that's like struggling not to go into scholar mode with how anvils are made.
Right.
This, you know, against all instinct. Okay. A character question. I'm assuming this is too severe for mending to work on.
I never said that. What I said was you broke something expensive with that catastrophic failure.
Yeah. So
don't put words in the GM's mouth. That's dangerous.
No. I was legitimately wondering if
Would you do you know mending?
Yes, I do.
Would you like to make an Arcana check?
Yes.
Do so.
I can hold the pieces together for you.
You hold one side, I'll hold the other.
Yeah. You think that mending might fix it?
And Lawrence is like tamping down the panic, and he's like, "Okay, I know mending. It might actually do the trick.
Sure.
Brock, could you hold the pieces together, see if it'll work?"
Yeah, I'll try and hold it together.
Mending requires every piece be present. How sure are you that you have every piece?
I mean, Lawrence would be looking around to make sure like nothing had chipped off, or
If only there were a
wasn't
check for that.
Investigation?
No, sir. Perception. Investigation is gathering information.
Braden's helping them.
So you have advantage on this roll.
So investigation? Okay.
No, perception.
Perception, sorry. Yeah.
With advantage because Braden's helping you. You don't see any pieces.
Okay. I think we've got everything. And
Looks like a clean split between two pieces. You hope.
yeah. And
Worth a shot.
yeah. So at this point it is attempt to cast mending on it.
Oh, there's no attempt. You cast mending. You're not under duress. That's
Okay.
fine.
No. Okay, the stress would probably
Mark
make
off
it
your
a
spell
little shake.
slot. It's a
Well,
first
it's
level
a
spell, right?
cantrip, so-
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Great. So what does your mending spell look like? What is your somatic components for mending?
Actually, I don't think there is. Hang on.
Does it, like, melt the thing together with magic fire? Does
it probably looks like almost like welding.
I mean, it's not. It will be magically bonded back together, but the spell looks like
but it's that glow.
Nice.
Like
How
Like,
about
it's just
this? It bursts into fire, it melts, and then reforms as it was.
no.
yeah, it's a little much.
So yeah,
I was gonna present the idea.
go on.
Make a hammer striking motion, and just like the outline of welding start around it.
That's totally a thing you could do, like RuneScape style. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that'd
was
probably
gonna-
be something akin to that then.
I was gonna suggest make it look like a kintsugi.
Okay. So ultimately, the spell fades and the anvil is whole again.
And
Just to test out, I'll put a little bit of weight on it. Just like press down a little bit, make sure it's together.
Make a strength check.
I swear if I snap it. Well, if I snap it, then he didn't do it right, obviously.
Right?
Just do it again and let Master Embrick snap it.
Okay,
I
so
apologize.
Or Master Avi, rather.
that is the best result you could possibly get. What is the best result for Rockham in this situation?
Presses down, puts like all of his weight on it, and it just doesn't budge.
Cool. Doesn't budge.
I think he fixed it.
And Lawrence looks incredibly relieved, like, oh dear God, Master Embrick isn't going to kill me.
So
Master Avi
remember-
isn't going to kill me.
Remember, the three of you have been working for about 3 or 4 hours at this point.
Yeah.
So, as soon as Rockham gets up off the anvil, from the front of the shop, which is not in plain view, you hear, "Lawrence, my boy, we're home."
And
I think Braden would jump a bit, like, Jesus.
I am back on the bellows.
And okay, so question: with regards to my earlier rolls, does that mean that all of Rockham's equipment is fixed alongside the orders? Or
No, the orders are not done because you broke the anvil.
oh, that's right.
You got a catastrophic failure. You did succeed on
That's right,
fixing
everything
Rockham's
else.
tack, though.
Okay, so Rockham's got his gear back. Hooray.
Rockham's got his gear back. So, coming around the building, we see a chipper-looking Avi and an exhausted-looking Embrick. Embrick is carrying 2 bags, and we can see, like, baguettes sticking out of them.
Because of course.
And Avi just, like, pops up to the 3 of you. Ah, Braden and Rockham, I wasn't expecting to see you here. Helping our apprentice with the day's orders, I trust everything is well, no dragons flying overhead, no broken anvils.
And Lawrence is probably going to try and not have a heart attack.
It's been going good so far.
Everything's fine.
Sorry,
Managed to-
all I can imagine is that weird like face characters and shows always get, and just the no.
One of you make a deception check with advantage.
Ooh, I feel like it should be Lauren.
That's rude. That's rude.
Ooh.
Shit,
I mean, I'm a
Brightway.
+1, so you know, I can do it.
Rude, but I love it.
I mean, we fixed it.
Yeah. Okay, fine. God damn it.
Yours has got to be better than mine.
Avi rolled better.
Shit.
It's been fun, boys.
And honestly, Lawrence probably wouldn't be able to really lie to either of their faces.
Yeah, so about the point that Embrick comes up and, like, sets the bags down on the anvil, or different anvil, Avi just, like, folds his arms and he says, "What did you do?" And Embrick looks over. "Nothing, why?" "Oh."
And Lawrence is looking incredibly embarrassed, like...
You should just tell him.
Sorry.
Embrick stands up. "Well, whatever it is, I'm sure that... Embrick, you'll pay for it out of your pocket, apprentice."
I think it was repaired.
You think? What did you break?
And,
I'm already pointing at the anvil.
And yeah, and Lawrence will look at Master Avi's anvil and just look really, really ashamed of himself. Like,
So Avi, like, goes over, kneels down, runs his hands over the anvil, investigates it all over. Embrick is standing there trying to look stoic with his feather drooping and sweat pouring off of him. And after a minute, Avi stands up and he looks at the 3 of you and he says, "You're not very good liars, none of you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with my anvil. Is this some kind of prank?"
I mean, no, he somehow managed to put a giant crack down it, which thankfully he knows mend.
"There is nothing wrong with this anvil. Lawrence, you should tell
He
your
done it.
friends that I don't suffer liars."
He done it correctly then.
Master Avi It is the truth. I did accidentally crack it. However, it appears that the repair went well, so I'm sorry that that happened in the first place. It's why the orders aren't done yet.
I do believe what my gathering storm of marital bliss is trying to say, Lawrence, is that you did well in our absence. You averted a crisis and continued as best as you were able when you were 2 hands down. Isn't that right, Avi? I should say. Yes, quite. And I also have news. And he pulls a piece of paper out of his pocket and slams it down on the anvil. And he says, I managed to talk the shrew down. I believe 1,200 dragons for the renovation should do nicely, don't you?
And Lawrence will visibly perk up like, oh my god.
Wow,
That's quite the discount.
I assume the other 3 of you were heading to Trollskull Alley? Pierce, Salcom, and Connie?
I wanted to go over to the
Peppers?
Mert's mansion, but
Oh.
I mean, if y'all want to, Sokka will follow.
I need to know.
Go stop by the mansion, then meet up with us. It's fine.
You just grabbing some wine from the mansion?
Yeah.
That ain't no problem. You grab some bottles. Mark, like 3 bottles of wine.
Okay.
Done.
How much do those weigh again?
Oof. Like 2 pounds each.
Okay, so I've got like 3. Okay, thank you.
And so you guys are heading to Trollskull Alley.
Mhm.
Okay.
More
cool.
specifically, Connie is headed to Embrick and Avi's, funnily enough.
Cool. So the 3 of you show up about the time that Lawrence is like staring at the bill.
And Lawrence is probably going to just start crying. Like, this is one of the times where he loses it because he knows how lucky he is. And, you know, he's going to be, like, half bawling, half blubbering to Embrick and Avi about, you know, thank you, you know, this means so much.
1,200 dragons is still a substantial amount. You guys hear this as you're walking up. A substantial amount of coin, my dear boy. So you have it. We could.
You know, Lawrence nods and says, "We have that much and more. We can. 1,200 is. We were expecting 15 or greater.
That's not counting the brewer's license. You understand?"
And Lawrence nods again.
It's just for the renovations. And
Right,
Embrick says, well, seems you'll be taking your journeyman's test sooner rather than later.
It seems so, and I'm proud to take it.
Sorry, quick interruption. What time is it about?
Noon, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, probably not even. Probably closer to like 11. Like nearing 11.
Oh.
Connie pokes her head around the corner. Good morning.
So, you poke around the corner and Embrick brightens immediately. You see, Connie, Embrick and Avi dressed for, like, going to the castle. Like, they're dressed, extravagantly.
They're dressed to the
Blink, blink.
Yeah.
Are you two going to a party? Should I come back another time?
Return from one, actually, and I'm glad you're here, Miss Gambleson.
Doesn't she still have her disguise up?
Oh, shit.
What?
How long does it take to walk to the thingy?
To the castle?
From the castle to Trollskull.
Like, about an hour? Especially if you stopped over at Mert's place.
Okay.
Okay.
Why?
In that case, I need to check how long this thing lasts.
You can... Yeah, I
mean, I guess I could
just recast
turn
it,
off
yeah.
again. Yeah, I'll let it drop in that case.
Okay. Put your hood back up. So that'll happen. Miss Gambleson, wonderful to see you. There's been a rash of... I know you don't care for the fist, but the pay is good. Military pay, you understand, and they all have horses. I had some intent to come by this afternoon if you're available.
Lawrence is probably staring because I don't think he's seen Connie like this.
Connie looks like herself.
Yeah, she turned it off again.
Oh, it's just disguise.
Hence why, yeah.
Yeah. You know, Loris are probably behind Emric, just mouthing, "Run."
Yeah, but Connie wants her armor.
Oh shit!
Sure. Did you get all the measurements you need for, like, gestures, just, like, to herself?
I'll need to retouch a few. We've been a bit busy out on the town today. Can I offer any of you a biscuit?
Yes, please, thank you.
And goes over to
Loris
the bag,
goes back
pulls
to
out some,
work.
pulls out some pastries, passes them out. So yeah, you guys are like having a moment with Emric and Avi. Go ahead.
I really quickly said I grabbed 3 bottles, right?
Yeah.
I think Sokam is gonna like look at them and go, once more, I wanted to sincerely apologize for the scare I gave, and like he's gonna pull a bottle out. I've brought a gift.
Oh shit!
So you say like I brought a gift, and Emric and Avi look over at the bottle. Avi takes it, his jaw like hits the floor. Like,
Robin Williams genie jaw drop.
yeah. We accept it gratefully, but where did you get something like this?
That's nothing of importance. I can assure you.
You see them
though,
both
it
look
was
at
obtained-
Lawrence like,
It was attained through legal means.
And Lawrence will just sigh. Remember who he works for, Master Emric, Master Rob?
I was muted this whole time.
Yes, you were. Hi, welcome back. Nice of you to join us.
Pierce would interject and say, because of our interactions with guilds, we do have some contacts to get these kind of things from.
They look at you, Pierce, look you up and down. I see. Where did you put the pen?
It's in my pocket. I just take it out.
Okay. You don't have to. You're wearing the robes from Vajra.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
I'm just wearing the robes.
So they just like nod at you and says, "Are we to take this to mean that this is a gift from the Harpers?"
This is a gift from me, as a sincere apology for the scare I gave you.
And Avi knows better than to look a gift horse in the mouth, so he takes the bottle and nods. Emric hastily passes you a pastry. And yeah, you guys are having this like domestic little moment.
Aye. And while everyone's together in one place, I let healing potions to everyone.
Okay. Who gets what?
Who gets what?
I'll give one of the standard healing potions to Rockham.
44 to Rock.
Thank you.
1 to Sockham.
44 to Sock.
1 to Lawrence.
44 to
I don't
Lawrence.
need it.
1 to Pierce.
I don't even need it, so I'm just gonna keep the bottle.
Tough, you're getting it.
I'm just
You're
keeping
the
the bottle.
squishy
Then.
one.
You have 4 of these?
Yeah, I had 1 spare.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
And
just gonna-
I'll pass the greater healing 1 to Connie.
64 plus 6,
You-
Connie.
So, just what do I mark on my sheet?
Regular healing potion, 44 plus 4.
Sorry, which one did you say this was?
Greater, 64. So, Lawrence turns back to work.
44 plus 4.
Emric and Avi turn
I
to
want
go inside, ostensibly to get changed. Go ahead, Pierce.
I want to do something while we're sitting here because I've completely forgotten.
What's up?
I want to cast Identify on the amulet again. I don't remember and I don't have it in my notes.
Fair enough. Do you have the material components?
I believe I do.
After your ordeal with the ooze, have you restocked your potion pouch? Your reagent pouch?
Identify takes a pearl.
Right,
I
pearl,
have a-
yes. You still have it?
I have
Okay,
a pearl.
cool. Your amulet, that's the amulet. Now, when you say the amulet, do you mean the necklace from Vajra or the badge that you got, the little go tile?
I need to check the thing for the pin for magic later. For right now, I want to do the amulet.
The amulet, I believe, gave you the stuff that your old amulet gave you. And
Yes,
then
but
it could
one
also once a day cast detect magic, detect poison, and identify or identify.
So I remember this detail. I do remember you said it gave me advantage on Arcana checks.
Correct. So
Advantage.
Ember cannot return to head inside.
Magic,
Pierce cast identify.
And identify as well?
Or identify, yes.
Okay.
I'll help Lawrence until the others come back out.
Okay. So Lawrence and Rockham turn to head back to work. Connie, is vibrating, waiting for her thing. And can I just... This is the most ominous phrase that a DM can say, but please let me finish before you freak out.
Okay.
Can I get an initiative roll, please?
A what?
Can I get an initiative roll, please?
Oh boy.
I want to see who reacts first. That's what I want to see.
I have a question. How many times a day for the amulet?
1 total.
Okay.
The amulet gives you 3 choices. You use one of them a day.
Correct.
Okay, so initiative roll.
Mm-hmm. I just want to see who reacts in what order.
Why does Sockham have a token?
Why does Sockham have what?
A token out.
Because we're not on the combat screen.
Yeah, well, you're not going to the combat screen. That's not what's happening. I just need to... Okay, so Sock and Braden, you two are going to react first. Rockham, I think you're, looking up from helping Lawrence. But Sock and Braden, you guys notice something is off. The wind shifts... Maybe there's just something out of place. And you do that thing that heroes in action movies do where you happen to look up at just the right time.
Uh-huh.
There's a brief flash and then a massive explosion. Windows rattle, there's screams, bodies fly through the air. I'm not making this up. Something massive goes off in the street in front of Troll Skull Manor, right next door.
Oh shit.
After a big explosion and people screaming, it's like, fuck, run out.
Grab the axe and run, yeah.
That's grabbing Azure Edge and accidentally calling Bear.
Running!
You want to accidentally call Bear.
Like the bear strength.
Okay, so are you gonna rage?
I mean, this seems like an appropriate situation for
Okay, so everybody who is running out into the street, you might want to pause, because explosion happens, people scream, big flash of light, heat, all that nasty stuff, and explosion. As you're running to go do the heroic thing, you hear Connie roar in her bear form, and you look over your shoulder, and there's a werebear holding Azure Edge. And that's the last shot of this episode.
Oh, shit.
Oh, dear God.
That's metal as fuck.
Nice.
So yeah, that's our episode.
Oh,
Thank you very much for that, Sockham. Welcome to Chapter 3, boys.
Finally!
In my defense, I didn't expect werebear.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you're not literally a werebear, but you are a bipedal bear man.
Something right.
This is for have markings like the tattoos.
You'll find out next week.
Oh boy.
Damn.
So that's our show for this episode. Hope you guys had fun. Let's do some shout outs, and we're going to start with Trayscare, who is not in Korea.
No, I'm not in Korea, and from the looks of things, it won't be for a while. But it's a funny running joke. Hi guys, Trishko here. Now that I've stopped having a heart attack from cracking the anvil, I hang out in Kit's chat, and I'm always around if you need someone to talk to or talk about knitting fluffy things, because I do a lot of that too. And if you always need someone to talk to, I'm here. Bend my ear.
I hope you had fun tonight, Burb.
Oh, I had a blast.
Welcome to... You literally had a blast. Welcome to Chapter 3.
Whee!
By the way, for anybody who was curious, Chapter 3, Fireball.
Oh, goody!
Nightfall, give us a shout-out.
Hello, I am Nightfall the Kitsune. I am Kit's community manager. I one day plan to get into streaming again. Right now, nothing is in the works. I am almost always in the Discord if you need anything or potentially October suggestions.
Yeesh.
Feel free to send them to me or one of the other keepers.
Did you have fun with your time with us, Nightfall?
I did.
Will we see your butt next week?
I need to check my work schedule.
Sounds good. Gamzee!
Roar. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Guy Gamzee, and as always, bard in training. Available at your beck and call whenever you may need a recommendation for a book, a good movie, or even help with an idea. And I'm certainly looking at the idea of doing a stream or two with this, shall we say, lockdown?
Yes, we shall. We shall, in fact, say lockdown.
Gamzee stream when?
Gamzee stream when?
Maybe Tuesday.
Sounds good. Delta!
Yo, your resident Mad Scotsman. You'll find me hanging about Kit's channel, doing stuff, usually ripping and tearing, playing Warframe, which could also be described as ripping and tearing.
Right.
If you ever need a hand, give me a shout, and I'll see if I can help.
Thank you for playing, Delta. Hope you had fun.
Loved it.
Brightwind, do you have enough time to give us a shout-out?
Yeah.
Do
Hi,
so.
I'm Brightwind Inc., and normally I do art stuff, but I'm currently dealing with some technical issues, but hoping to be back on that soon. You can find me at Brightwind Inc. on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, DeviantArt, and Discord. Thanks for having me, and I look forward to next week.
Miss Seargaze, if you would kindly finish out our show.
Hey, I'm Rich Mila, aka Gracie. I do a lot of art and things for Kit's channel, and I also love tabletops. So if you like either of those things, give me a poke.
You need to tell people what you're doing in like a week and a half.
Oh right, I'm gonna be running. I'm gonna be running an Odeon. It's gonna be a Tales from the Loop short shot, called Invasion of the Kiddo Catchers. So stick around and watch. Well, not right now, but you know what I mean.
And for my part, I am the sharp-eyed Kitsune, the teller of tales and the weaver of mysteries, the masked bard. This is a channel that is devoted to lore and storytelling, world-building, role-playing, and discussions of those things. So if that's your fancy, you're in excellent company here, and I do hope that you enjoyed your time with us. You just watched Dice-Icive action into Waterdeep, featuring the KnightLites, our weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign, a double feature module of Waterdeep Dragon Heist and Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We are getting into the meat of the main story, and it is with relief that we're able to move on. I finally got them all together in Trollskull Alley. You guys have no idea how hard that was. Oh my god! But yes, I'll be back tomorrow with more of our Neo 2 playthrough, and soon our Monday nights will be taken up by Crown of Fangs, a Tomb of Annihilation module in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, with an entirely new cast that I'm really looking forward to. I need to get in touch with my artists soon and start spearheading that stuff, because we need to get that out to you guys. For now, I'm going to get out of here, but when I do, I'll be hosting someone. It's someone who I like, someone who I hope that you all will like, and can spread some of the love that was felt here today over in their channel. And check back here because I'm always hosting someone, and you might find a new favorite streamer that way. For now, as always, it's time for me to leave you with these parting words. From myself and my keepers to all of you, and those joining me on stage this evening to all of you. Forgot that part. The regulars, the followers, the newcomers, and the lurkers. Whether you're just having a seat by the fire or you've got a running tab at the bar, remember, there's always more stories to tell. And hopefully, I'll see you all tomorrow as we get back into Neo 2 and a new chapter. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hope to see you again soon.